Okay, are you guys seeing like the yellow box around me even when I'm not talking? They were sent on a mission to find the one and only potential arsonist and magician, Harry Houdini, who they have recently learned may or may not have been responsible for the fire that happened at the Tremere Chantry, but is also the sire of one Remington Reese and Breaker of Hearts. Between games, I allowed each of my players to take an action, which we will be starting with. But first, some announcements. This month is September over on Twitch, where the price of subbing to a channel, such as this one, is reduced, I believe, by a percentile. It's reduced by up to 30% off if you're doing a 6-month subscription, which is awesome. So if you are new to this channel and want to support it, please consider subbing. Our second announcement is Scion Demigod, which is book 3 for Scion 2nd edition, has been on Kickstarter for only a few days now and has already raised $92,000. That's nearly triple its goal with 25 days left to go. If you haven't checked out Scion Demigod, I recommend it. It's reading through the Kickstarter has gotten me wanting to invest in the series. So I just posted a link in the chat down below for you to go check that out. So our coterie has been up to no good. Why don't we have them all introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Nat. I'm Ashes for Foxes, and I am playing Nora Vandermeer, resident Ventru and aspiring CEO.
I am Megan, and I'll be playing Aster Bell, a Toreador who's very good. I don't understand the rest of you. She's like a paragon of virtue.
Hi, I'm Carl Jordan. I am playing a member of Clan Tremere named Dr. Jackson Easter.
Hello, everyone. I'm English today. I'm Velvet Divine, playing Dr. Alicia Garcia Marquez, the Malkavian psychiatrist.
Hello, I'm Lee. I'm playing Skylar Evans, the thin-blooded troublemaker.
Hi, I'm Corey. I'm playing your guest star, Remington Reese, Tremere Primogen of San Diego, who has come back to Boston to, let's say, deal with some unfinished business.
Now, like I said, between games, I gave our players the option of doing something that would be resolved first thing this game. And we are actually going to start off with Nora. Miss Vandermeer had decided to reach out to some of her Ventru contacts to try to see and figure out what interest they might have of the Nosferatu praxis over the underground. And after a restful morning, your phone does go off.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, Miss Vandermeer, it is a delight to hear your voice as always. My name's Susan, and I'm calling on behalf of my sire. They're having me on secretary duty.
Oh, of course, I know that.
And so they told me to go along and pass along this message for you that they had heard about the Nosferatu claim of the underground. It's been interfering with the toll market. They were trying to get this like easy pass system out for the tolls.
Mm-hmm. I know all about that.
Yeah, they apparently want to keep their jobs working at the toll booths. So,
well, they're always watching, aren't they? Ugh.
You know what they say? Always assume there's an os in the room.
Is there any plans to clean up this riffraff? From what I've gathered, they happen to be pretty new in their leadership and aren't really organized, as far as I can tell, outside of their usual shenanigans.
I would say that is definitely something that the Ventru Primogen is going to bring up to the prince, but as of right now, we can't really act on it.
Of course. I'm just glad to know that somebody is trying to resolve that situation, because it's it's become a little bit messy for me. They are particularly taking interest in my activities, and I do not like that, if you know what I mean. So just wanted to get the word out to the rest of the group just to make sure that they're all aware of this and that, steps are being taken.
Yes. The Primogen will be talking to the prince about this manner, but we're just trying to figure out how to translate it to, like, medieval English so he understands.
Oh, of course, yes.
The monsters have taken refuge in your tunnels. I don't even know. Like, how am I supposed to communicate with this guy?
The catacombs, I guess, right?
The catacombs, yes.
The modern day ones.
Perfect. The catacombs.
Well, thank you.
I have passed along the word, and they will be convening soon. There's actually supposed to be a meeting with the Primogens pretty soon, so.
Wonderful. Well, I have contacts in that area that I can reach out to, so it's nice to know that that's going to happen. And thank you so much for your assistance. We'll set up hopefully your sire and I can set up a dinner date sometime just to kind of, touch base.
Oh, he has been raving about you ever since we got your voicemail.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's really lovely to hear.
Anyway, I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you so much. Ta-ta. Bye.
Ta-ta. Bye. Click. So yes, the Camarilla Council is going to be informed directly about the Nosferatu insurgents on their catacombs. I think that's how you would say that.
Yeah.
So the prince understands and may be taking action depending on how things go.
Thank God. Ugh.
Meanwhile, on the other end of the phone spectrum, Aster, as you awake from your near-day sleep, you find a series of text messages on your phone that contain a series of emojis and words. OMG, WTF, the Nos did what? And it's just followed by surprise face, glitter ball. Call me when you wake up. Glitter ball, unicorn, poop emoji.
Okay. Oh, good. Someone's talking to me. Oh, good. Okay. Fantastic. And then Aster will call the number.
So, you get one of those old-fashioned, like, music playbacks of Material Girl when the phone rings instead of, like, the normal ringing music, and it's just, hello, Ginger, who the fuck is this?
It's Aster. Thank you for answering my message.
Like, OMG, like, I was getting my nails done. You know how hard it was to type that message?
Oh, no, I appreciate this. I've always respected your sense of style, Ginger, and I think that you've always respected mine, which is, why I think perhaps that you answered the call after I messaged a whole bunch of other roses and got no answer.
Those roses have such thorns up their asses that they're tasting them through their mouths.
Yes. That's a good way to put it that I would not, but I like it when you do.
Anyways, we don't like the Nosferatu just as much as you do. Those things are ugly, they're annoying, and they're stubborn as hell. You want to know my advice?
Oh, absolutely.
Figure out whatever you did to piss him off and not do it again.
That's a little less helpful than I was hoping for.
What do you want me to say? Like, OMG, we'll send some people on our way to do something or something?
Would you?
No.
Okay, see, that's why I didn't ask. Okay, no.
I could, but it would be a huge inconvenience. I'd have to get a plane ticket. It would be awkward.
Oh my God, where are you?
Currently in Vegas.
Oh, that would be great. It's so nice in Vegas. Like, there's so many sparkly lights and there's like jumpsuits and like, okay, I gotta focus. I'm sorry. Okay, listen, I don't know. I was just looking for some information because I'm got caught up in a thing and I don't want to be caught up in this thing. And there's this guy, he called me a garbage fire.
Oh, honey, did you kill him?
Not yet.
Honey, remember, it's garbage can, not garbage cannot.
Oh, yeah, you're wise, Ginger.
Like, I'm the smartest of my sisters. Do you want me to send a sister over?
Oh, which one?
I'm pretty sure Pumpkin Spice isn't doing anything right now.
Oh, I don't know if she's talking to me.
Uh,
I called her basic.
oh, honey, no way. She's gonna want to help you now. You know what?
Yeah, it's true
I'll
though.
see-
Okay, that's fine. It's fine though. It's fine.
Look,
I'm
look,
fine.
If you promise to owe me when I come in town one of these days, I'll see what I can do.
Like what kind of an O? Like what kind of an O here? Let's like minor.
Could you do major for a gal, pal?
I don't even know this guy. Okay, no, okay, no, that's
Do you
okay.
want me
No,
to go? Do you want me to kill this garbage fireman?
you know, I don't know yet. I don't. Let's just can we keep it like
Yeah,
on the back burner?
We'll bookmark it. We'll
Okay.
bookmark it. So we're good.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, like if we can just like get this over with, so I can just get back to like my life, because I'm not supposed to be doing any of this, and it's boring and gross so often.
Okay. Well, hopefully I will see what I can do about talking to like the roses with the thorns stuck up their asses.
Yeah. That would be wonderful, Ginger.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway, bye.
Sorry. Oh God, it's been so long since anyone's let me do. Bye. Toodles. Ah. And she hangs up with a smile. No one lets me toodles anymore.
So, Dr. Jackson and Remington Reese. Rem has offered to assist you, Dr. Jackson, in the creation of another earpiece, but also to provide you details on Houdini in order to run a recognition system on him to try to figure out if anything's pinged up recently in the modern time. So, you are successful in creating an additional earpiece for Rem so he can listen in. Is there anything unique you wish to do with this earpiece?
Wow, that's an interesting question. No, because of the size, I don't think there's really anything extra I could do. It would be really difficult to build in like a separate channel or a tracker or something.
It might not be if you want to quickly give me an intelligence and tech roll with any sort of specialties.
All I'm going to suggest is maybe a contained explosive, Solve two birds, one stone.
You can always pack a little bit of C4 in around all the other parts. Just in case.
Just in case.
No, I think it's just a normal earpiece.
Okay. How many successes did you roll?
I didn't roll while we were.
Yeah,
in
that's
games
why I'm
so
just
that I can
quickly
roll
doing this in case you wanted to do something special. Because you could bestial fail, and the earpiece does have C4 in it.
Wow, I officially hate my new dice. I have one success.
The earpiece does not have C4 in it. Okay. So, as the both of you are doing your respective bits for this research, you do find that there's actually some facial pings for a Houdini impersonator galore, who actually currently is in Boston. You also get some pings for like different museums in the New England area. You definitely get Six Flags for Houdini's Great Escape, which is a amusement park ride there that relies on trickery to convince its guests that things have gone over well with the ride and that the room is spinning. You also read of an article that Six Flags is bringing such an attraction to Boston, and that this Harry Houdini impersonator is going to be there to sort of give it its grand opening. This is going to be a charity event to support people with Schur's disease.
preemptively, just doing a quick search and seeing if any of the events he's supposed to be attending are during the day.
No, they all seem to
Okay.
be coincided with the Fright Fest theme, and Fright Fest always takes place when the sun is down.
Okay.
This Houdini actor speaks out about Schur's disease and about how it's a condition that causes sensitivity to sunlight. It causes people to seem to have they appear to age at a slower rate than most others. They require blood transfusions. It's been a legitimate disease that has been around since the 1950s. After a doctor by the name of Dr. Schur coined it and just used it to describe himself as well as his nurse.
What a convenient story.
So please give now.
Sounds terrible. We should definitely support these poor people.
You in your medical knowledge and research would realize Schur's disease really seems like a cover-up.
Wow.
Just a little bit.
Thanks for
And
that
you-
insight.
Yes, you needed 0 dots in insight to figure that one out.
Oh, good.
But has been articles about it have been resurging in the new millennia.
Okay. What else would I know about it, like for just an academic specialty in history of medicine?
You would definitely know. I'm actually going to also give you the occult side of this.
Oh, okay.
It was Dr. Schur and his nurse were both vampires, actually, who created this disease as a cover-up, as a medical cover-up for their own condition of vampirism. They decided to create an organization for it. His nurse did after her doctor husband's death of it. She created an organization for it that has been prevalent throughout the centuries. Not centuries, the decades. Wow, bleh, English.
I feel like we just spent time naming each ocean that is wet.
Yes.
Okay.
You will also know if you want to do research. Do you want to do any research into the organizations, or are you going to stop there?
My only research would be, is Dr. Schur still alive?
As far as you are aware, he is.
Okay. Maybe operating under a different name these days?
Yes. What that name is, if you're going into medical history, you may not know, but if you're going into some other type of knowledge field, you may.
The medical history would just be, who is the new leading expert in the field?
Oh, the new leading expert in the field is actually a series of doctors working for a company named Luna.
Are they tied to this foundation?
They are actually mostly funded by this foundation, and as far as the people who are currently running it, they just have normal LinkedIn profiles.
Okay. All right, fair enough. That's enough. And I have the where and when for these events.
Yes.
Is there one tonight?
There is one tonight, actually. It's going to be, they're actually having these, they're planning to have these every weekend until things in Springfield start calming down a bit.
Okay.
Dr. Alicia. Dr. Alicia is currently sporting a nice hearse in Boston and has recently disposed of a body in whatever manner Dr. Alicia wishes to describe.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, Dr. Alicia, how do you and just a quick little bit, how do you and Skylar dump the body?
I mean, I'm partial to helping people's careers go up in flames, so
You just burned it?
ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Okay, then. So yes, with the body being burned, you don't seem to have much issue with with having to bury it. You do have a series of messages on your phone that you realize are from your ex-girlfriend, who's just, the messages seem to be feeling more and more like desperate for your attention. Like, you can't really be gone, are you? Nobody ghosts me. What the fuck? Alicia, I love you. Why aren't you responding? Alicia! Like, it gets more frantic and more like, it's more like they want you back in their lives. Skylar, you've had what I would like to call a morning. Because
Yeah.
you did have a morning.
Yeah.
You decided to go out during the daytime. You decided to explore the depths of Boston, the subways. And you do find a hidden entrance that seems to be untouched by the vertige of cobwebs and dust and the lack of footprints. But the damage you sustained will be there a while. Having the sun for any kindred is deadly. The sun for some, they can withstand it for a bit. There are rumors of kindred who can survive for an entire day, so they choose. But those are only rumors. Skylar, you will have 1 point of aggravated damage from this. So you will have 1 point of aggravated damage on your character sheet. However, further ventures into the undergrounds of Boston, you'll be able to navigate your way around with much ease. Especially if you're trying to stay away from the prying eyes of the Nosferatu who have claimed it as their home.
Exactly what we needed.
So, where have you guys decided to meet up this evening to gather up and share your various outings, findings, connections? Yes, I was going to get to that. So, before every evening, a kindred must make what we call a hunger check. A success means you do not get hungrier for the evening. A failure means your hunger will go up by 1. Your hunger does carry over from night to night. The only way your hunger will ever reach 0 is if you murder someone. Just kill them. Not like stab them, but like eat them up. So I'm going to have everyone roll those waking up checks.
Michelle, hypothetically speaking, if somebody were to roll a bestial failure on their hunger dice, what would happen?
Figuratively speaking, rolling a bestial failure on your hunger dice doesn't do anything besides the fact that you're still hungrier by 1. Hypothetically speaking, should someone have rolled a bestial, which we know nobody does that around here.
Oh.
Didn't make it.
Okay, then. So, I'm assuming you guys all decided to meet up in the Vandermeer estate? Unless anyone else has told the group any differently?
Dr. Easter, were you planning on us meeting at your demesne, or?
I hadn't specifically invited anyone.
All right, then everybody's welcome to come over to my place. That's fine. You know the drill. Just come up, tell the doorman you're with me. Try not to make a scene. I will have relayed this information to Remington, of course. Address, everything. Open invitation to stay if you want to. Obviously, I've got a lot of windows, but there's blinds. There's blinds, trust me.
Each of you will arrive at approximately the same time.
Where did Remington stay? With any of us?
I believe the last time we were closing, I think I stayed at your place. You said you offered to put me up at your place.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm driving us over there.
Cool. Dr. Alicia, are you driving the hearse?
Why would I not drive the hearse?
Okay, then. So all of you see, all of you as you arrive at you guys arrive at approximately the same time. We'll see Dr. Alicia is pulling up in a new to them. I keep wanting to say lease instead of a hearse.
No, it's not a lease. I own it.
Own.
The possession is 9/10 of that.
Oh no. So, yeah, all of you see Dr. Alicia roll up in a brand new to them vehicle that is a hearse.
You can call it a dead car.
Corpse wagon.
Are we not doing the mom van anymore? Or are we the hearse club now?
No, I think we'll keep them on there. This is just so I can stop taking the bus everywhere.
Oh. Yeah, that could be a real bummer. That's a good decision. It's very chic. Black goes with everything.
Thank you. I'm trying to find someone that'll install some kind of trap mechanism in case I'm ever in a chase and need to drop a coffin, wacky racist style.
Oh. I have no knowledge of that, but I sure would like to see it happen. Maybe ask the Tremere. They're always like, tinkering with stuff. Maybe they can like magic it. That's how that works, right? It's basically science, but like you just wish for it.
You're not wrong.
Yes, exactly.
You're a little wrong.
So that means a lot, right? Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
I know you have to keep some of your secrets. I won't spread them all. I know that you could wish for a coffin release on that hearse and it would happen. Don't worry. Shh, I won't tell anyone. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Shh. It'll be our secret. Shh.
Pastor, as ever, you are full of much wisdom.
Oh, hey, you.
Oh.
Thank you.
You still mad at me for that?
That was a double insult together as to one extra powerful one.
Well, I'm sorry. You are not garbage, Aster.
Am I a fire? Yeah, okay, buddy. I'm watching you. She does the eye thing. Somebody else talk to this guy. He's a guest, but I'm angry at him, so I don't know what to do. We're supposed to be polite, but I cannot do that right now.
So, for purposes of wrapping this up, Remington has an earpiece now and can communicate with us.
Wonderful.
What, should we test it? I'm still suspicious of you. Hey, did you hear that?
I can hear that.
Oh,
yes.
Fantastic. Yes.
You're standing right there.
Okay, I'll run away for a bit. And she'll like
Right
run
from the
away
other room.
around. Can you hear this? You still kind of suck.
Aster's in the closet.
Noted.
Ah! Oh, good. This guy can hear everything I think about him as I think about it. I don't have to find him. He can just hear it. Ah! It's a Toreador dream.
Since Aster's thoughts are 100% out loud, that sounds like that's accurate.
Why would I hide that? It's one of my gifts.
At some point, we'll need to have that conversation about saying things out loud versus out loud in your head. We'll do that another day.
No one can hear them when they're in my head. So what's the purpose?
That is the purpose.
Okay.
All right.
So, there is a Houdini lookalike that is in Boston doing special events that are a fundraiser for something called Shore's disease that appears to be a fiction of photophobia. It takes the idea that some people are light sensitive and it adds the idea that some people age more slowly and require blood transfusions regularly. Yeah, it's a medical disease explanation for vampires. And they are fundraising for this with night events every weekend, including tonight, in cooperation with Six Flags.
Oh, okay. All right. That terminology does sound familiar. I believe it came up in previous conversations around Pendax. Is that correct? Seems familiar. Do you all recall that? I could just be crossing signals here. Well, we're going to an amusement park? Really? Okay.
Well, they have a small event park set up in Boston.
Do they have games with prizes?
Probably.
Ah,
I don't know.
okay. So we going now?
I couldn't find pictures of the whole place, so I don't know if it's a carnival, but sure.
So you promise me that there will be carnival games with prizes.
Don't do it.
I don't.
About if there are, Aster, we'll make sure that you have time after we've accomplished what we need to get done to actually enjoy those things. I think beforehand, we should probably just make sure that we can keep alive and check out if this person or persons are related to this Houdini thing. Nora's visibly every time she has to talk about Houdini. It's like, why? Ugh. I'm sorry. No offense to your maker, or
I mean, I don't care. He's an asshole.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But
as a segue, Skylar's been standing back away from everyone else, and I'm certain this room is starting to fill with the scent of burned meat.
I would say it's more like a combination of a chemical burn combined with beef jerky with a dash of Windex.
Oh, Nora, your new potpourri is horrible. Why did you buy this?
That politeness dictates that we don't mention that. Okay. I will have the housekeeper come tomorrow and make sure that everything is fine. Are you all right, Skylar? You look a little bit verklempt.
We've been better. I'll talk about it later.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Skylar, it's you. Oh, okay. You look. Yeah, maybe tell us later. Oh, I feel bad, and that's weird for me. I don't like feeling this way. Go be better, Skylar. Go be better so I don't feel bad. Okay.
Do you need to feed?
Not. I won't heal.
Okay, all right. Okay, just making sure, Dr. Easter and Remington, you guys are the most knowledgeable with this Tremere stuff. Do you have an inclination that this might be a legitimate operation in terms of being related to that person?
I don't understand. In terms of it might legitimately be raising money for an actual charity?
No, that Houdini is involved. Ugh. Whatever that means.
So this Houdini lookalike that they've hired, it actually triggered several of my web crawlers for photo identification, which I was absolutely not expecting to actually find a person that matched a full-on face shot. Yeah, I think this is him.
Okay.
It's our best bet. It's one of the only real leads we have. So I think following up on it's probably for the best, even though it's pretty gaudy.
Conjecture aside, have you conjured any actual plan on how to deal with this illusionist?
Well, I assume we just all approach the park from different directions. We start talking to him, and if he rabbits, we grab him.
Yes, but you'll recall you warlocks have a proclivity for warding. Maybe you two have a plan for that. The rest of us don't, and I imagine I can't apply the same
All right.
physical
So when I say
persuasion I
grab
have.
him, that can be in a burlap sack or a large duffel bag, something that you simply throw over him so you're not touching his clothing.
Let's just say I'll be able to deal with him without touching him.
Okay, that's the reassurance. I don't think a burlap sack is going to work on an elder like that. It's just, I love the enthusiasm here, but let's be realistic. We're
You
going
don't
to
have
end
to
up
touch him
dead.
for a taser to work.
A taser? Well, I've seen this person's gun, and I think that is the much better solution if it comes to combat. But I think we should probably diplomatically deal with it.
So here's one problem. If we're going into Boston Common, me carrying a rifle is probably not going to be the best idea.
No. That's definitely not. Yeah.
But
So we're going to try to speak to him. Is there any kind of approach that we want to take from a political angle to try and make it so that he's not spooked immediately? Like, what are you doing? Why did you burn down that chantry so long ago? That kind of thing, or what?
We could flirt with him. Rem,
Are
what's
you
his
suggesting you'll flirt with him?
Yeah, Rem, what is his sexual preference?
What's his type?
wow, that's a
specific.
loaded question. I did not think I would ever have to answer. Wow. Let me just
Asking if your
let me
parents
just stop
have
and take a
sex.
second. How should I know?
Well,
Did he ever hit on you?
Not that I know of. He was a kindred. I was a ghoul. I don't think that's gonna.
Did you ever hit on any of the other ghouls?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I barely knew him. He was at the Chantry. I don't know.
well, like we
Okay.
could flirt and then tase, which is kind of the same thing sometimes.
What an electrifying proposition. Doctor,
this
you and
town,
I
that's
could
a
always
second
just
date.
forge some kind of paternity paperwork. You can go tell him he's your father. I'll find someone to play that Hallmark music I hate so much.
Maybe we should just like let Rem go in, and then we all just hide behind him.
I assume we let Rem do the talking.
Yeah. I'm here for support, but I think that you are definitely the person to approach. Unless you feel that, at first glance of seeing you, there will be some, Freudian trigger moment where he runs away.
I mean,
Either you spook him immediately, or you're the one who knows him the best to have a shot at not spooking him.
Are you a bad son?
He's a bad dad. He just left him.
in a burning Chantry. In
Yeah,
a burning
and blamed
building.
And left you
Yeah.
to take the blame. That would be an excellent place to start the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, say, I just want to heal, Pops.
I feel like an emergency plan, I guess a plan C,
Mhm.
would be for me to wait in his vehicle to.
Oh.
Do we know
Um,
which one's his vehicle?
We should identify it on arrival.
I'll work on that.
Hopefully it's not got the company logo on the side with the phone number. Events by Houdini. Ugh.
You are really aghast at this whole Houdini business.
I think it's kind of gauche. I mean, can't you just re-identify yourself, not be like a lookalike for yourself from the past? I don't know.
That's fair though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely
it's
fair.
cheesy.
It is kind of hard though in this environment and economy to actually make a name for yourself. I mean, magicians are notoriously hated, so
So we're shoving Rem at him. And then if
Blaming
it
the
all goes
economy.
to crap, we get him to go to his car, and then like Skylar just like takes out Houdini.
Tases him.
That's a
So
start.
here's the thing. We can't kill him outright, because if we kill him outright, then he can't confess to it.
Right.
Oh, I keep forgetting
if
that.
we corp him, Then we drag him to the Tremere, and then we can get the answers out of him.
Okay,
Right.
don't
Because
kill Houdini.
he has to be the one. He at least if he didn't do it, he at least probably knows who did it. At least I hope.
Yeah. Which leadership are you going to be taking to him to after this confrontation, I should ask?
And aren't you the Tremere
I mean,
Primogen?
that's your
Not here.
call, because we can either take him two places. We can either take him to the Tremere in Salem, or we could take him to the Prince. I saw that.
Yes.
If you've any vested interest in keeping Houdini around, I might advise Salem. There's pyres there, but better than taking him to the king.
Here's
I have a suggestion.
here's the thing that might change things. I don't have a blood hunt on my head, which means the Prince doesn't give a fuck.
Mhm.
So,
Then why are you here?
because the Tremere hate my guts here. So I'm guessing if we take him to the Tremere, we clear that, and then we're all good. And then there's no future chance of a blood hunt if the Tremere are pissed at me.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
want to take him to the Tremere because that clears your name with the clan who can't blood hunt you.
If they feel like it in the future.
No, I mean,
I-
they literally can't blood hunt you.
Oh. I mean, if the Tremere Primogen says, "Hey, I forgot about that Remington Reese guy. Let's, hey, Prince, maybe we should,
I don't think we have a Tremere Primogen right now. I mean, Salem does, but we don't live in Salem.
Okay, well, I still don't want Tremere assassins coming after me in California.
Wow, you're just very scared of things in the dark. All right. So I think the next step would be to take him to our prince as a first peace offering to reestablish the Tremere in the city, to show them that we clean up our messes and that we will be rebuilding a chantry house.
I want to inject. Why don't we just take him to Morgan?
Yes, that would be the channel with which we would take him to the prince.
Oh, okay.
So are we going to this carnival or what?
Yeah. I will suggest a last option is that we just feed him to the Nosferatu, since Castilla, or whatever her name is so
Cassiopeia or
upset about
Callista.
this. Callista, yeah. Sorry.
Dr. Easter,
yes.
you haven't watched someone literally get boiled alive just by getting looked at, right?
I've
Like
done
their
an
blood
autopsy
getting
on
boiled in their
someone who was
veins?
literally boiled alive. Does that count?
Not literally, as in they still get looked at and their blood burns out of their veins and they turn to fire. And
Has
Kinda.
anyone come after you?
not yet, but that's why I'm still alive.
Yes, because no one's come after you.
Yet.
Okay.
This has been entirely a preemptive strike to keep myself from being hunted by blood hunt or otherwise. So, kindred have long memories, Dr. Easter. Just remember that. They hold long grudges.
They also tend to hold long loyalties, and you're throwing your sire to the wolves.
My sire tried to throw me to the wolves first, so he's the one that left me. If he's the one that did this, he left me in a burning chantry and then left me to take the blame for it. I want answers as much as you do, and this is the way to do it.
Okay. Do you think you can get a confession out of him?
If we can't, I know who can.
Since we as kindred have the ability to coerce someone to say something, I will be recording and we will need him alive so that someone who isn't coercing him can get the same confession.
There are means the Tremere have of getting truth out of someone.
All right.
If you've ever heard of the ritual of the truth of blood, that's my thought. I don't have that ritual, but I know that Tremere and Salem do.
Would that ritual perchance still find the objective material truth if any other kindred has gotten their hands in that proverbial pie?
Yeah. What if someone's altered what he thinks is true?
Hmm.
It'd have to be pretty powerful as far as my understanding is.
There would be. I believe that even if someone had a submerged directive or changed their memories, the truth would still come out. Or at least the yes, no, lying, truth, falsehood would come out. It just means we'd have to interpret it a little clearer, a little closer, because if they say no, and it would be a little bit more interpretive. But if I don't think Houdini, being who he is and what he has done, would let anyone get to him like that. But like I said, we don't know.
Yep, we don't know. All right,
Hey,
we ready?
either way, this would get like Morgan off our back, though, right? Like, okay, listen. Hey, Brem, don't listen to this. Okay, so listen. Like, our objective here is just like to make Morgan happy, so like we can just like stop this stuff. So it doesn't matter if like this works out for whatever family drama's happening over there. We just have to do our end. Okay, Rem, you can listen again.
I surprisingly agree with Aster.
I mean,
Thank you. Half a thank you.
let me be the first to say that however you want to manipulate the situation for your own gain, I am here for you to do so. Mostly, I would like to make sure this is a politically neutral process where we do not get any kind of negative attention. And I would prefer, personally, to keep this within the wheelhouse of the Tremere. Now, if we want to take this to the Prince, that's going to be up to Morgan. You're right, Aster. We should make sure that Morgan's happy out of all of this. And I'm sure Morgan would agree with it. So,
I'm sure
I would
Continuing
take
with
His
that
Majesty's pleasure over the Shadow Puppet Witch, but I agree.
Also, this to note also that might sweeten the pot a little. Finding the true culprit of this crime would also make the Tremere and Salem owe you a solid, or at least they'd be happy about it, which is not a small trinket.
Can
Doesn't
we get
that
that in
sound
writing?
nice?
You alchemist or crafty. You'll say you'll owe me a solid and then give me a gas.
I mean, that's for you to negotiate with them, but at least you come to the table in a more advantageous light.
So carnival time. The carnival is going to solve all of our problems. And
No,
it's not just for personal reasons, but for, political and group dynamics and this guy's stuff.
All right, so the plan first is to go there, get a lay of the land, figure out his escape route so that we can at least plant Skylar in the way. Then we let Rem approach him, try to speak with him, try to entice him into a confession if possible. If not, at least, I don't know, reconcile, make friends, gain his confidence. Is that the alternate plan? Is that plan B? What do you do if he doesn't confess? If he doesn't confess and he doesn't run?
There has to be something in it for him. I mean, that's the whole point.
The thing is that a lot of things don't add up.
All right.
I'm not, so like, why, if he didn't do it or didn't want to do it or what, why did he leave me here and not take me with him?
Well, the obvious answer is he needed a fall guy, but are you suggesting he had some other motive?
I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe there's more to this mystery than we know, but we won't know till we ask. And I don't have a plan B about what happens if he says he doesn't know who did it and doesn't run. Like I don't. But
You just keep him talking.
keep him talking.
Well,
Maybe.
I'll be recording.
And like he's an old and powerful Tremere. He's got to know something that happened that night. If he wasn't the one who did it and doesn't know who did it, then maybe he'll give us a clue to where we need to go next.
Yeah, exactly. And if he's been hanging around this area, I mean, in this sort of, I would say, a reduced state, because nobody really decides to do this work unless that's his hobby and he just loves it. But, I feel like he's kind of in his fail era right now, and we could probably help boost him a little bit in a positive way if that's something that he needs. And that's all I'm going to add.
Hey, maybe I missed this in the conversation yesterday, but who embraced Callista and her, dozens of roommates?
An unnamed Nosferatu. You never know how many are crawling down into catacombs. Could be she just gave them reason enough to band together.
Sold some Tremere secrets, perhaps. Got embraced.
What's another thing that's bothering me is that which kind of throws me into a little doubt, but I got to keep going on this. How, if he's now out in the open, Callista said that he went into the tunnels and was never seen again. He was never seen again, was the optimal word there. How is he operating in such the open that the Nos don't know about it?
I guess I could speak up now about what the hell I was doing. I was scouting out the Nos, the entrance to the underworld, finding out various means to get in and out. There's a few potential places that the Nosferatu aren't watching that he could come in and out at, as I have found a place that nobody uses to go in and out from the underworld.
The operative word being seen. If they're used to having domain down there, they wouldn't be looking for anyone who couldn't be seen. I got close enough to Callista to boop her on the snoot, as it were, before she noticed me.
While we're talking about this, I'm going to start walking around looking for bugs, figurative and literal.
I mean, I can
Spiders
help
with
you with
cameras.
this if you want.
If both of you wants to make a wits awareness roll for me.
All this conjecture is bothering me, so I'm going to try to conjure up a prophecy by doing some sketching while they're poking around.
There's 2 successes out of 3.
I'm going to pull out my cell phone and use like a Wi-Fi sniffer to see if there's anything transmitting.
Okay, then for that, I will give you intelligence and technology.
Thank you. That's considerable.
And Nora, how many successes was that?
2 of the 3 that I rolled.
2 successes? Okay, so Nora, you find like actual bugs, like spiders, like, mosquitoes.
I'm gonna have to find a new housekeeper. Jesus. It's about the details. It's about the details. It's not just the surface clean. You have to actually get down there and clean the floor below. Everything has to be perfect.
You're very fortunate there's no bed bugs.
Oh, God.
You want me to loan you some of my fly traps to keep my office clear?
I'll call you on that.
Dr. Jackson, how many successes was that for you?
7.
You do find bed bugs.
Great. Are they
But they're not the
transmitting?
bed bugs that nobody wants bed bugs. Nobody wants these bed bugs. You do find actually somehow like put into the like the material of the bed frame an audio recording device.
That's not mine. Okay, first and foremost. Not my kink.
And the only one is in the bedroom in the bed?
You find that one, but you also find a series of cameras. One of them is connected to a signal that is inside this entire condominium unit.
Okay.
So the signal is coming indeed from inside the house.
Dun, dun,
Making
dun.
note of that so I can try to trace where the other end of it is.
And the rest of them seem to do have outside signals. They're like screwed into like the minutities of the light bulbs and things like that.
This is war. I'm not happy right now.
It wasn't before.
I mean, it was, and then it became personal. I mean, it was already personal, but it got really personal for me, you know? Like a little bit of an invasion that is beyond my ability to tolerate. So, yeah, I'm apologies for this compromised situation. I'm smart and I know where to look for things, but, you know, I don't have these special gadgets that our friend Dr. Easter has. Now that I do, yeah, no, they're dead. They're done.
I'm going to start collecting them
Yeah.
into a bowl.
So, second question: are those windows bulletproof?
Against a helicopter kind of situation? I mean, I don't.
I guess anything really.
I've never really thought that far through, you know, like didn't really expect to get on the radar enough to have that kind of situation.
You might want to invest in some.
I will be happy to. The blinds were first and, you know, the bulletproof windows are next. And I'll try to explain that to the co-op, right? I mean,
Blinds are new, right?
huh? Oh, yeah.
Yes, you
Michelle, that
yes.
was six successes on the
Sure.
premonition sketch.
Premonitions, okay. You, in your drawing, you are drawing an Iron Maiden with its jaws unhinged and the spikes. They're not made of metal, but they are made of wood. And you will notice that the marionette is actually wearing a pair of, like, the Iron Maiden, like the face on the Iron Maiden is wearing a pair of glasses.
We got a lot of glasses, folk. Do I recognize the frame?
They seem to be very generic frames.
Some Kents. Solid.
And it's a Iron Maiden of indiscriminate gender. Like, you can't tell if it's specifically meant to represent one gender or another gender, And as you're sketching, your pen just moves down and starts sketching a pool of blood.
All right.
And in the background, you'll see a lone wolf wandering the scenery.
Is this a familiar wolf or?
You have not sketched this wolf before. It is a new one to you.
I will bring it over to Aster.
Oh, this is very nice. What we're just gonna do some art while we're getting ready to go to the carnival?
Don't play coy, butterfly. These are my sources. Check with yours.
I'm not like so good at seeing things when I'm not among my own things. Like I can't, like, it's harder to do this when I'm in, like, okay, don't tell Nora. Okay. But like this
I'm
is
gonna
like
I'll hand you the figurine that you so graciously gifted me that's been sitting on the counter since you handed it to me. So that's the thing, right?
I guess I don't know if I can see anything else, but like I can try. Okay, I can try. And so Aster will be like, nobody look at me. And she'll like kind of like go into the closet and try not to see all the like the bland white and beige of this like corporate nightmare. And she'll just like concentrate on like the beautifully wonderful porcelain figure that she so graciously gave Nora. And she will try her own premonition.
Okay, then.
Gotta look at my numbers though. Okay, cool. That's 5 with a crit.
With a crit.
Nice.
Ooh. So, as you're focusing on the figurine, your mind begins to drift to a brightly colored lights, the smell of fair food reaching your nose. There are games, there is fun, there is folly, there is excitement around. It's almost on the tip of your tongue. And as you're looking around, you do see the same Iron Maiden that was on the sketch. You do see it, and you see, but instead of it being like this dreary wooden type of creation, you see ribbons start dancing around it, things that bind, and you see it binding to figures. You see it binding to a figurine of a sort of always disappointed person. You see a figurine of disappointment. You see a fish. It's raveling itself around a fish. You're seeing it's raveling itself around a castle. You're just seeing the different threads. You're seeing it turn and twist in the air. It's changing colors. It's changing shapes. It's jumping like a dolphin in the air. And you start seeing the connections to everything, but everything leads to that Iron Maiden that's, in this point, a wooden maiden. You see the connections, and in the end, the last string of that connection you realize is in your hand.
Okay. All right. There is some crashing in the closet as Aster tries to stand up and is still slightly disoriented. And then the door opens. Okay, I have ribbons and I have connection. And she'll start to explain about like seeing the fair and the wooden Iron Maiden and the ribbons around like the disappointed figurine and a fish and a castle. And then her own. And she's like, so that explains everything, as you can all tell.
Felt like I just listened to one of the guys who bid on acid at my place.
Are they very wise and helpful?
They are.
But
wise,
I
we
don't
just
see how
don't
this
see.
has anything to do with it.
I, for one, find this useful information. We'll keep it in mind. I jotted that down. And yeah, let's go in carefully.
This figure was very helpful. As you can tell, it was a wonderful gift. And I am
Thank
giving
you.
it to you again.
Yes, and I'm putting it back on the counter in its sacred position, watching over everyone.
Ah, excellent.
So are you all off to the races? Is there anything anyone wants to do before they go?
Dr. Easter, do you have any blood bags?
Not on me. I have some at my office.
Great. Anyone else have any blood bags? Anyone?
Definitely not at my haven, which no one is allowed to go into.
All right.
I don't keep them on me because they cause unnecessary questions. Sorry.
All right, we're doing this live then. All right.
Okay, then. So are you all getting into your respective vehicles? Are you all grouping up in the mom-mobile? Are you guys taking the hearse?
I'll get in my own truck.
Yeah, we can
Just
split
in
up for
case.
this one. That's perfectly fine. I don't need to.
Skylar, you can still be with us. It's okay. I mean, you look a little like a chicken nugget, but
Miss Vandermeer, I'm going to ask what should be a silly question. Do you have an extra shoebox?
Not silly at all. I don't know. Yeah, no, actually she does. For the designer shoes she's planning on taking back because they did not work out well.
Oh, no, one you won't need.
No, you can take it. That's fine.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'm putting all the listening devices and cameras into a shoebox.
Okay. So, as you all are making your way towards the commons, are you getting blood bags on the way there? For Rem, Dr. Jackson?
I can drive us to my office on the way there, sure.
Okay. So we're just gonna, unless you two want to have a scene We're gonna hand wave
No.
it.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So, as you all make your way to the commons, it is brightly lit with fluorescent lighting of all different colors and bulb shapes. There are booths. It's really difficult to find parking, like families with their kids, and there are dogs walking around. There is a bunch of college students probably just unwinding from the day. There's a bunch of out-of-towners. I did the accent. That's your one time I do the
Those
accent for
damn
this
tourists.
episode. The out-of-towners enjoying this site. You can see that there are turnstiles to get in. The park is free to enter, but they do accept donations at the door, and a lot of people are dropping money in on their way in. And you'll see that they have the carnival games set up. They have the classics. They have little rides that they managed to put together. They have face painters, tattoo artists that do the henna tattoos. They have lines for the amusements, and there's like a museum of superheroes. There's a museum of there's a museum of like the Looney Tune character history. And there are people dressed up in like costumes going around and taking pictures with kids. And Skylar, are you with the group?
No, well, I'll follow with my truck, but up until we get into like the parking area, then I'll split off.
Okay, so are you entering the park proper?
Probably not.
Okay, so as you all manage to make your way in, you will see that there's actually a vehicle parked up on the as close to the commons as you can get without like parking in the grass. And you'll see that it's actually a hearse. But it has like Fright Fest written on it, and it's like very ornate. It's this deep purple in color with golden tires. It is both spooky and a little bit tacky. And as all of you are observing the things, it's very easy for all of you to get in. So you should choose. Even if someone were to say wanted to sneak in without anyone being noticeable, there are no fences in the park, but there are walkways.
So my intent is to park my truck in sort of a drunken fashion near the hearse, like blocking the driver's side door.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, and you know what? Because this can go wrong, can you roll a Dex and Drive for me to see how well you park?
Absolutely.
But that car is so cool. Don't crash into it.
Do what I want.
One
Okay.
success. You go to pull in. You're pulling in. You scratch it a little bit. But otherwise you park successfully.
Meh.
Yeah, I'm you know what? For the even though it probably wouldn't have worked out, there is a Ferris wheel. You know what? There's a Ferris wheel, there's a merry-go-round, there's like traditional carnival rides. I know it probably wouldn't work in the actual Boston Commons without so many licenses. Somebody pulled the strings. Because I just
The
really want
rules.
somebody pulled the strings to get out everything they wanted there, even if the space wouldn't allow it.
This is actually a picture from Haunted Happenings Carnival in Salem.
Ooh. And so as all of you, as Skylar, you park in with like that, like the scratch that only someone would notice if they were looking for it, trying to assess damages. But other than that, you have a successful parking. Where do you want to go from there?
I want to go to the passenger side door and pop it open so I can get in.
It's locked.
Of course. I'd like to do some larceny.
Okay then.
Yeah, we'll try larceny first. Dex larceny?
Yeah, let's do Dex larceny.
do the thieving.
Two successes. I'll say it's about as difficult as you know what, I'm actually gonna say I'm looking at my difficulty chart to see how much this would have been, and I'm actually going to say that unfortunately for you, you try getting it in, try doing the things. You're just having a hard time with it. If you wish to choose so, you can always spend a willpower to reroll up to 3 of your black dice, or whatever dice you use to represent those. Or I will do this retroactively. You can try to arouse your dex to increase it based on your. Actually, no, you can't. You're a thin blood.
In blood. I have a backup plan.
Okay, what's the backup plan?
I'm gonna make sure nobody's looking. Get one of my injections out and inject myself with far reach.
Okay, so for that you will need to rouse it.
Of course.
I love every plan that starts with, I'm going to wait till no one's looking.
Yeah, I pass.
Okay, then. So what do you intend to do with far reach?
Pop the lock.
I'm going to check to make sure if it's something you can do specifically with this particular car. Because I'm not sure if you have to see the object for far reach to work.
It's not one of the standard little,
This is an old hearse.
right, the little like pop top thing. What am I don't know what they're called.
Knob.
Yeah, the little knob that you push down.
But it has a little
Well,
skull on it.
I will say you are able to do it.
Yeah.
It's not resisting you, so you don't have to fight it. It's just
Yeah, so just pop it open, get inside, close the door, lock it again, and then crawl in behind the driver's side seat.
okay. You don't do anything else.
I'm waiting now.
Okay then. So for the rest of you, entering the carnival is really easy. Do you have any specific destinations in mind? Do you want to play some of the games, go on any of the rides, or do you want to head straight for Houdini?
Well, everyone else is kind of walking Houdini. Esther's definitely hanging back a little and just checking out the different prizes at the booths.
There are like some that have live goldfish.
Meh.
There are some that have like licensed characters of like Scooby-Doo and Looney Tunes and like the DC universe.
She's looking for. Is there anything like a Cupid doll or maybe a Betty Boop?
You do find like there's actually also some booths with like Pokemon. There's like a giant Pikachu somewhere that you see a kid carrying around. You're like,
It's gonna be harder to hide.
and then there's also ones that have sort of like generic-y stuffed animals, like little teddy bears, little
Oh.
snakes, little spiders,
Oh,
little everything.
fantastic. Yes, a generic like blue teddy bear. So as people are walking, she will look to see next time any of the guy running the booth is distracted and is going to try to use fleetness to just grab it.
So you do see all the carnival workers doing their best. You hear one of them just going, "Oh yes, yes, yes! Try this little game right here. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner. If you're ages 6 and under, 6 and under, everyone's a winner here. Try your strength at the strength challenge." And it's like, and you can tell for like when he's doing the rounds of like looking at people, trying to get people to come over. And you want to use fleetness?
Yeah.
You may
So I
certainly
think.
try.
Okay, so I think it's a browse check.
Nora's
Oh, well,
just
she-
watching this.
She's hungrier. Fantastic. Okay. And then if I understand correctly, it's like dexterity.
I believe so, but let me double check.
Yeah.
I have everything marked.
So that would be
2.
3.
It is you actually it's you just add your celerity to your non-combat dexterity.
Okay.
So you just add your celerity to dex. So dex, celerity, and athletics.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely athletics. That's
Yeah,
a happy answer.
Wait, unless larceny.
Oh, that's less
You and the
happy.
teddy bear. You're
That's
stealing a
less
teddy
than.
bear. You're not a.
This is true.
You're breaking the mugging streak. This is just regular larceny.
Okay, 3 successes.
With that, you're able to just reach behind. You have to bend your arm awkwardly a little bit to get it, but you're able to grab. You're able to grab a blue teddy bear.
Yes. She goes, yes, and goes, yoinks. And just puts it in the little purse she has. And then just keeps walking and following everybody. But she feels better and a little more centered.
I feel like I've been a bad influence on Aster, guys.
Nora was definitely watching Aster to make sure that she wasn't going to play a game. I just saw, but I'm not going to say anything. We're just going to continue on, keeping an eye out for you.
She's being very professional. She didn't want to distract anybody. She was taking
No.
care of her own personal business.
I'm guessing since this is a carnival, there's food that people are dropping. So there's probably maybe some, enclaves of pigeons here and there.
I will say that there are like people doing the rounds, making sure that the pigeons aren't food being dropped is being cleaned up very quickly. Like they are being very, very, very antsy about this, about preventing said pigeons from being a problem. But occasionally one or two does sneak by.
I'd like to see if I could approach a group of pigeons.
Okay. So you're gonna approach your murder of pigeons.
Yes, and make sure that I'm, far enough out of earshot of the group.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to engage in some feral whispers.
Okay then. So Pharaoh Whispers is a new one for me. You can tell I never play a gangrel or a Malkavian that has consumed a gangrel.
Allegedly, excuse you. I'll just take it out real subtle. Actually, no, I'll keep it in. I'll just be cooing. Not like you speak pigeon.
It's like we're
That's
all
the weird part.
So you are.
You hear me talk to myself all the time.
You are going
Not
to make
cool.
a rouse check.
This is not the weirdest thing that's happened in this group yet. So
Actually, do you want this to be simple communication or complex communication?
I guess complex. I did a rouse check and I am slightly hungry.
So as you activate this ability, which is new to you, you do hear his voice in your ear again, the big bad wolf in your head. Ain't that right, kiddo? Just between us, I never really quite understood what the pigeons had to say. I was more of a rat man myself. Maybe after this we'll go get a bite to eat. We can indulge and look at that one. Look at that carnival. Look at the person over there. Look at all that face paint they got on their face. Like, doesn't that need to just get smudged up a bit? And you just see a little carnival goer with they have rainbows and butterflies painted on their face.
If you're going to hang around, you need to refine your palate a bit. Why would I scrape the barrel when I can go for the highest fruit? Now be quiet while I talk to the feather rats.
Okay, so you successfully. What was it that you want to ask the feather rats?
I think I got a roll for it, but I think I'm going to ask them to keep an eye out for Houdini. Or maybe just any other kindred around, since I know animals have better senses than
your
mortals.
Manipulation and animalism. And just anyone who, if you happen to have things over the comms, it's just.
That's 5 successes.
And they explain they explain. Yeah, no, they've been setting up camp for a while, and then this guy comes at night to make sure everything's all set, and then there's the weird people, and then they go do stuff, and then and what does this guy even look like?
I'll just describe whatever Houdini
You
looks
can
like, and I'll
probably
just say,
point to
and
one of
keep
the
me
signs.
abreast of any weird people.
There's one right here. People don't normally talk to me.
No, weird, not weird.
Yeah, weird.
Just the cooing gets more aggressive.
Did a pigeon take one of the earpieces?
I can't tell.
And I'll just let them know to like keep, let me know if anybody else that's like us shows up.
Then you see the birds start communicating with each other. They said that they've like seen some weird people coming around, but no one matching that description.
Keep an eye out.
If
I'll
they've
be
been
honest.
around, they're probably still like at their booths. We don't go in the booths. There's food out here. They're not in the booths.
I appreciate the info. I'll bring some food out for you when I'm done at the end of the evening.
Okay. We're gonna get food, and you just hear loud cooing. We're getting takeout.
I bet it's like Ice Age 2. They just start singing "Food, Glorious Food."
What is going on? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know. This is the new. I mean, I think I know what's going on, but I'm not gonna ask.
Too many clowns, one
No.
small circus. It's
So-
fine.
When Rim
Speaking
and I
of food,
go ahead.
this might be a good time for us to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
So we can enjoy our foods, hydrate, and we will be back when we are back, which is in 15 or so. Hello and welcome back to Boston by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 Chronicle, where we currently left our party. They are currently at a cavalrying carnival for charity, trying to locate the one and only Harry Houdini, Remington Reese's sire and potential arsonist. Quick reminder for everyone, Scion, the third book in their second edition series, is currently being funded on Kickstarter with over 20 days to go. It was fully funded in 47 minutes of its $35,000 goal. So congratulations. But if you want to help them unlock stretch goals, get your own copies of the book, get copies of the other previous books as well, go check out their Kickstarter today. As also today, this month is the month of September, which I can appreciate it because it's a pun. And subs are at a reduced cost for this month, so you can purchase one for yourself or purchase one for a friend and support the Onyx Path in what they're doing, like shows like this. So, our coterie just got finished hearing some cooing sounds over their comms for some reason, as Dr. Alicia has recruited the assistance of some pigeons roaming the park. Skylar is currently sitting in the back seat of a hearse. No, don't worry, he is not dead. He is just visiting. As everyone else is making their way through the park. Now, did you all figure out where your final destination is? And do you have a meetup spot?
Definitely the magic show. I'm heading there as soon as possible, and I'm not dragging Aster, but I'm definitely doing the little let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'm very focused.
Yeah.
I think as soon as Rem and I got there, I immediately start looking for the signs that say Houdini this way.
Mm-hmm.
There are signs for Houdini, The Great Escape, The Experience, The Show.
Yep,
Wow,
following
that's
those.
a mouthful. That's a mouthful of a name.
Wow, he is a Tremere.
Yeah, I know, right?
And as you all, I'm assuming Dr. Alicia also makes her way over to the show?
Yeah, but I'm lagging behind, all obfuscated and junk, just in case.
Okay, then. So as you make your ways over, you'll see that there's actually a roped off area for sort of line of sorts. There's no line. Doesn't seem like the next show is going to be for another 15 minutes. But the doors open. There is a sort of a handler person dressed in just a plain button-up polio. They're doing like checks of what seems to be various trap devices. There's like a water tank. There's chains and things like that. And then there's this huge like pop-up building type of area that's all made of wood.
So how do you want to do this?
Is that a water tank?
That's a water tank, yeah.
That's why he's pretending to be himself, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just can't stop doing the stupid water trick.
Right,
He doesn't even breathe now.
No,
That's not fair. Like, how is that even? How is he proud? I don't.
Probably wasn't fair to begin with.
Yeah, it's probably right.
I don't get it.
I do think it's a bit a little trashy, but I don't know what you Tremere get it off on,
No, don't. Please don't put this on the clan.
This is the false magic, right? The fake stuff, the woo woo.
We don't submerge ourselves in water in front of a group of mortals. This is not a Tremere thing.
He must get off on it. Like I have to believe that's true in order to justify this whole thing.
I think exactly one person gets
Tremere
off.
just all like Harry Potter.
Are they not?
Or apparently Harry Houdini.
Or Harry Houdini.
No, I know you guys can burn people with your minds and stuff like that. I just trust.
I'm sure Tremere are very different from each other, but also, and she looks at Rem and looks at Dr. Jackson and looks at their glasses and their facial hair and their dark hair. I'm sure they're very different. Yeah, because you guys are real different. So it's weird to just paint with one wide brush with the Tremere, who are so very different.
No, we can't shame them for having a company uniform. That's fine. It's pretty normal nowadays.
Oh, they probably have. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to judge people from fashion they can't choose.
Geller is 100% losing it over the radio.
Now that we've got that out of the way, let's wait for the show, I guess.
So the handler does go inside the building. It's actually only being like guarded by a curtain. And you can hear like there's the sounds of just like hammering of metal to test stuff out in the inside too.
Watcher's gone. This is our chance. Who's manning the ways out of this exhibit and who wants to go in? Rem, I think this is you.
Guess. Yeah, Rem's going to go in.
I'm going in as well. I'm going to keep in the secretarial position.
I'm going to move around the back of this whole like staging area and try to find any other places he might dart out if he was to run.
As far as you can tell, there aren't any. You can see like signs that say like employees only past this point, but it seems to only like lead to like the railings of going past these would mean you are hitting an amusement park ride. Like if you do not want to be in the Ferris wheel, you do not cross this line.
I'm assuming that there's like this is actually on a stage.
It's actually there's like the stuff is on display, but inside is where the main event's happening. And it's this rather large thing, and there's like dogs barking everywhere too. Like there are kids excited. They're just like, Mom, Dad, I want to see the show. No, honey, it's not on yet. But I can't wait. And it's, honey, you see an idea, Nora, on your head of those backpacks with like little leashes on them with like Winnie the Pooh bear on it. Wish you could corral the kids.
Okay.
This is fine.
And as you all, those of you who are entering, raise your hands if you're entering.
Is there like a place to sit, like for an audience?
It seems like anything like that is inside this area.
So Astor going. She doesn't want to, talk or anything, but she would like to like sit in the audience and do that.
And who's sitting in the back seat of a hearse with a corpse? Cool.
Okay. Hey, Skylar. It's I'm sure it's as interesting there as it is here. Oh my God! Look, there's such lights over here. Okay, but oh my God, they got funnel cakes. But you're having a good time too, right?
2011, 2012, 2013.
Oh, he's having a great time. Okay, guys, it is Skylar check. Everything's A-okay.
So, Skylar, are you exploring the vehicle at all? Are you looking at anything?
He is bored enough at this point. He probably is starting to rifle around.
You'll notice that there's a casket in this hearse.
Wow, they really have no shame regarding this whole shtick, do they? Wow, okay. Maybe there's some loot in here.
And you'll realize the second you touch the coffin, it's warded.
How will I realize that?
The burn marks on your skin start to sear a little bit. I was like, where's my dice tray?
Oh, yay. It's hotter now.
Oh, no.
You're going to take a single point of aggravated aggravated damage as this magic courses through you, and you just have the sensation of, I do not want to touch this thing ever again. Just no.
Fuck! God damn it!
Skylar, did you lose your place counting?
No, there is a burning coffin the best way I can describe this.
Like
It
actively on
burned
fire
me
right
to-
now?
No, it burned me to touch it.
Oh.
Oh, it's warded. Oh. Oops.
Stop touching wizard things.
But
Thanks.
like you're
Appreciate it.
okay though? Like do you actually I couldn't
No.
help you if I wanted to, so positive reinforcement?
Ignoring Aster. Can I, and I'm talking to the two Tremere, is it possible to like get a crowbar to wedge this thing open?
I wouldn't. Don't do that. If you touch it with something like crowbar, it'll still zap you.
Is there any way to get this thing open?
No. Get someone who's not us to do it.
Okay. How can I bribe a kid?
Dead body.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah,
The
probably.
bag I gave you?
Candy?
We are not involving mortals or outside people in this until we know better. So let's just everybody get through this show, and then we will confront this person in their green room or whatever it is. Unless something happens during the show, and then carte blanche.
Ooh. I hope something happens during the show.
All right, I'll crawl back into position. What number was that I won? Screw it. 1, 2.
So, back at the show, those of you who are entering will see that this tech person is currently looking at a giant metal cage, and they're currently knocking on various points of it. And you'll see that they're also rolling out what seem to be Tesla coils.
Huh.
Isn't that kind of
21
a
gigawatts.
fiery form of damage?
Michelle, I would like to sense the unseen.
Okay. You want to roll for it? Believe it's your wits and aspects. Anyone else wish to activate the sight beyond sight?
Oh yeah.
Probably a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
The big one.
Yeah, that's just
Anyone-
3 for me.
4 with a crit?
With a crit. Aster, you will notice that there is just a sense of magic in the air, a sense of magic that you don't quite know what it is. But you can tell it's been in, it's like sort of like residual blood sorcery.
Ah, okay. Then she'll be like, hey, does anyone else like notice this is like a super magic-y place? Like blood sorcery kind of magic place? I mean, yeah, it's magic. It's Houdini. I understand that concept, but like that like magic-y, like you guys magic.
Well, that confirms we're in the right place, I guess. Because at this point, we didn't know if we were dealing with the actual article, and this is probably the right place.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're pretty smart, Rem guy.
Thanks.
And that's it. Calm off. No, not calm off. I'm sorry. I was trying to be dramatic.
Additionally, you do not see any Nosferatu hidden. You don't see anything using obfuscate except for Dr. Alicia, I believe. If you want to, I'd say with a crit.
Oh.
I'll say with a
I'm just
crit.
huddled off in a corner,
Yeah, see
like-
Dr. Alicia.
sitting gargoyle style.
Oh, Aster's just gonna play real cool and just do like maybe a little wink.
Okay.
And I will say, if any of you want to roll, what's in occult to figure out why there'd be residual magic in the air, I'll allow it. based off of Aster's description is what you will get for information.
That's a 5 with a crit.
5 with a crit.
5 no crit.
5 no crit.
2
Anyone?
successes.
Dr. Jackson, you are aware that some older forms of blood magic can sort of leave a residue in the air. So you can tell that it's been performed here recently. Remington Reese, you will know that this definitely has to be a powerful old blood magic.
Great.
Dr. Alicia, the air tastes like static to you. And you would not have knowledge of what it is that's causing the static taste in your mouth, but that you realize that's just your body's way of telling you something's going on here and it's not normal.
Double, double, toil and trouble. We've seen fire burn and this cauldron's bubbling.
And soon you just hear all of you, even you, Skylar, you hear this in the parking lot, hear over a speakerphone. The private screening of Houdini's Great Escape, the experience, the show, the tour will now be taking place. Those of you with an exclusive ticket should make your way over to the seating area now.
Oh, shit.
Ticket.
I just
No.
thought it was part of the show, exclusivity.
Waiting for us. He knew we were coming.
And soon you start seeing people walk in. The booth assistant is taking tickets. She just goes, excuse me, you lot, I didn't see your tickets.
We showed you your ticket, right? And I cloud memory. Don't forget, we gave you your ticket, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I must not have the stub with me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Like it's fine. Like it's not a big deal, right? Like don't worry about it.
Okay. I guess you're with the Salem bus.
Mm.
Yep.
And as groups of people walking, you notice that they're all grown people. There don't seem to be any kids, no carnival toys. They all seem to be dressed up in some sort of fineries.
Glasses, ties.
They're not all dressed in glasses and ties. There's
Well, a
only
significant
But
amount.
are the bulk of them?
Like the percentage wise.
Dr. Jackson, Remington Reese, you recognize some of these as other Tremere. This seems to be a gathering of kindred from Salem.
Rem, it looks like you get your wish.
Great.
I don't think this is going to count as you catching him, though.
Rem will chuckle. Light chuckle is not very loud.
Eventually, though, after a few minutes, the assistant comes back to you, group, and she's like, "You were the group without tickets, right? The ones that I lost your stubs.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Will you come with me, please?"
Yes.
Sure.
And as she starts to walk away, she goes, "And the one I can't see."
Let's take a walk, friends.
In or out?
Where are we going?
You seem to be going beyond the coils and moving to a sort of secluded sectioned off section of the pop-up.
Okay.
Where
Fine by me.
she opens the curtain and she is just like, "I have brought them here." And there seems to snap out of it. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was doing."
And I just walk. Rem just walks in.
Mm-hmm. I will
I'm
do
bringing
the
up the
same.
rear, still invisible.
And there you see,
I'm
touching up
holding
his...
curtain open for an extra second and then coming in.
And there in front of the 5 of you, so you choose to enter, you see a man just touching up his facial hair, straightening out his tailcoat, which he has then now accented with a tie.
Not glasses. See,
You see that he has a pair of rounded spectacles that he takes off, cleans, and puts down, and he's just like, I knew one day you would find me.
Hello, Houdini.
Now, what is it they're calling you now? Primogen Remington Reese?
Yeah, that's right.
Made a name for yourself in such a short period of time.
Did what I had to.
And this is Dr. Easter, I presume?
If you hadn't heard of me before now, there's no reason to research it.
Well, it's tonight's going to be quite a bit of a show, isn't it, Reese?
I mean, that's up to you. Apparently, you have me at a disadvantage.
You see, I asked the Nosferatu to sort of slip off the hook a little bit.
So was that story that Lucinda fed us true? Lucita? Is it Lucita or Lucinda? Lucita.
Callista.
Callista. Lucita's a whole different person.
Whole different person. Callista. So
Which
this what
part?
Callista's supposed to be?
What part of Callista's story
That
are you?
she knew you?
She did.
Did you start that fire, Houdini? You're gonna come around and say it.
No.
Then who did?
Someone on my orders.
Well, I mean, that must mean you did start that fire then, if it's on, you're the one who pulled the trigger.
Unfortunately.
I'm going to turn to the side and take out my cell phone and start playing with it.
Unfortunately. The other Tremere were getting a bit handsy with knowledge, and I, for one, prefer to keep knowledge a secret.
I'd like to start trying to hack into the PA system to play back the last 30 seconds that he said.
Okay, then, if you want to roll a intelligence and tech.
I would love to.
While that's going on, can I run my wits insight threat assessment just in case shit goes down?
Okay, then. Anyone else wish to do anything, say anything?
I'm rousing toughness.
Okay, then.
I'm good.
I have a critical success, and it is a total of 8 successes.
You hear everybody, including Skylar, hears the playback of the seconds after you when you said you're playing English. You're playing with your phone. You do hear him say that the Tremere were getting handsy with his knowledge. That I'm trying to remember the exact same words.
I'm going all the way back to Rim saying, "Did you start the fire? Just come out and say it." And he says, "No, but I paid the person who did." But I gave the order to the person who did.
Mm-hmm. And you hear a murmuring of gasps, and then you hear from the other room. You don't hear any like outbursts of outrage or anything like that, but you do hear the murmurs. And as the audio gets played back and Houdini himself hears it, he's just like, it's interesting what children do with their toys.
Yeah, some of us don't spend every night submerging ourselves in water.
Rum looks very uncomfortable right now.
You all wanted to play a mockery of my art.
No, we just wanted some of your secrets to come out.
Well, it's interesting that I have all of them in one place, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like you actually travel with them, like boxed up and on display. All of your secrets.
Velvet, your threat assessment. That feeling of electricity in your mouth increases. And because this was a messy critical, we have options. You could do something that would breach the Masquerade. You could do something that will cause a disadvantage for the rest of us. Well, just a disadvantage in the situation. Or you could give in to a compulsion of my choice.
Oh, compulsion. Always.
Taste the rainbow.
Oh, okay.
You have the desire to taste the rainbow.
I mean, that's always low key, but okay.
And
I'll start edging forward a little bit, even though I assume he can see me.
And the only way to get this feeling of your unique hunger out of the way is to taste the blood of another kindred. So, as Houdini looks at you all, and he's just like, well, personally, I think this plan went off without a hitch.
Rum rouses caress the ball.
Isn't it Ball's Caress?
Whatever.
We just okay.
It's the worst name. I
It's
know.
the worst name.
I
Rum
prefer
has
the
balls
way
confirmed.
he said it.
Just go caress.
I say things better. I'm not 13.
Yeah, no, just rolling to caress some balls. Yeah.
Yeah, rolling to caress some balls.
Rum's not doing anything. He's just sitting there watching, and no one can tell. So.
And all of a sudden, you hear the music start playing for the show. It is just bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum. That tune.
Imperial March?
Yes.
Okay. I will say
Good. That means the other Tremere can't shoot for shit.
Nora is going to have seen all of this and just say, this is a very disappointing show. I would expect much better from your showmanship or history of it. And then she's going to turn and walk back towards where the Tremere are, because this is a separate area, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, she's going to kind of stand on the edge there, eyeing that big old Tesla coil, and just kind of... excuse me, is anybody in charge here?
You hear the handler just going, excuse me, can I get you a manager?
Which one do you happen to know who is the manager here? And she's not looking at that person, she's looking at the group of people outside.
Well, they're actually seated inside right now.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
Well, I can get you someone. Do you need a member of security? Do you need a member of a did you lose a kid?
No, thank you. Cloud memory, goodbye. Just go off and do your thing.
Okay, then. And you see that she's actually getting some plugs set up. And she's also rolling in some, like, rusted up oil containers that seem to be fitting with the theme of the show as she's rolling them in.
Does there seem to be anything that has to do with like a power source, obviously, for these Tesla coils?
There's the electric wire she just plugged in.
Yeah, we're going to we're going to stop that. I'm gonna have basically I'll roll to mesmerize to get her to like undo everything.
Okay then, because she is not a mortal, you will need to roll off against them.
Okay.
As long as you roll more than a 1, you're good. Or even if you roll a 1, so as long as you don't roll 0 successes, you pass. If you are speaking, Nora, you are muted. Yeah. She's just so overwhelming successful, she's speechless.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes?
Rem's going to ask Houdini while this is happening. So why me? Why'd you leave me in that burning building? Just why?
Now, do you expect me to give you some rousing speech about how you were the chosen one and that I just had to have you take take all of this weight of the Tremere legacy on your shoulders?
No.
Or do you want the truth?
I want the truth.
You were there. It
So
could have been anyone who had been in my service.
So you just let me take the fall on this one.
You took the fall yourself. After all, splicing audio of me together to try to frame me is just such a moot point. Trying to cover up your crime a year later. After all, if all these Tremere ask me if I started the fire, I can honestly say no.
You're a real piece of work, Houdini. You know that, right?
And here I thought better of you. But instead, you're just a disappointment. But you did come like I thought you would. All the Tremere did.
So this seems personal. So I'm gonna head out. You have a good talk here. I'm not Tremere, so I don't think I have nothing to do with this. I'm just gonna head on out that way, and she's gonna start leaving.
And he's just like, why don't you stay?
No, that's okay. Thank you, though. I don't want to intrude anymore.
I insist.
No, that's sincerely. That's fine. I don't want to take up any more time. And she just keeps walking backwards.
The show's about to begin, Remington Reese. If you would like to take your seat, I think there might be a space open for you.
Rem looks at Jackson, giving him a do you have a better idea look?
Then seeing how the plan plays out that he seems to feel like he's orchestrated every step of. No, yeah, let's go outside. Have a seat. Why not?
Oh, we have to watch this show, though? This, like, boring old school magic, though? This is the worst kind. I'm saying this is the worst kind.
I know. It's incredibly pedantic and asinine and ancient.
Yeah, I like more of like, you know, like have you ever seen St. Valentine? That guy's amazing. But like he's much more on like the cutting edge. Houdini is played out.
Rem just looks at Houdini, turns on his
David
heels, and
Copperfield.
walks out.
I saw David Copperfield disappear the entire Statue of Liberty. Like,
Yeah. I'll talk about it as we're leaving to go watch it. I will loudly be talking about every other magician she thinks is better than Houdini.
Or we could see a kindred submerge himself in water.
Yeah.
So you start to see that the lights in this area start to go out.
All right, like going down for the show.
No, like off.
Oh, that's different.
That's worse.
And it is darkness, but it's still, you can still see stuff with the lights that are going out from outside of this pop-up, but it is dark.
As soon as we get out of the little curtain of this area where we were, I'm going to take a sharp turn to whichever direction doesn't have people.
It's the only direction I guess that wouldn't have people would be outside.
Yeah, heading that way.
Okay.
Crouching, moving quickly.
You'll bump into Nora for sure.
You bump into Nora.
And I'm saying over our earpiece, something's going down right now. We should not be here.
I unplugged all the lights.
Oh, good. Why?
Because I don't want to be electrified. I don't know.
Okay, let's leave and let all the old Tremere take care of this guy.
Do you think they will? I mean, they don't seem to be that upset.
Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up here.
If they don't, then we take it to the other Primogen. Look, we have his confession. We have a bunch of Tremere here who either will or won't do something about it.
Okay, fine.
Do I need to get out of the hearse?
Skylar, I think you can absolutely stay there for right now. It's probably more safe. You do happen to have Morgan's number, right?
What? No?
Oh, shit. God, I don't know. Jeez.
Hey.
Easter has the phone.
I'll
That's
pull
true.
from the other phone and text it to everyone.
I'm booking it out while still obfuscated in aspects, but I'll just let everyone know you're worried about the warlocks and not the Tesla coils. I think your old boss is trying to turn this whole thing into a witch pyre.
Astro stopped and turned to Rem and like, what do you think we should do?
I think Houdini's trying to kill all the Tremere in here.
Yeah.
We gotta stop him.
So we don't have to work. Oh, yeah, because you're Tremere.
I don't know how we can convince them to leave now, but we've at least slowed them down.
Does anybody want to get on stage and like convince these people to fucking leave? Excuse my language.
No.
That's something on fire.
Oh.
How about we just all get out our phones and videotape him doing it?
World Star.
Are you gonna start a live stream or something? Jeez. Oh.
Why not? I'm calling
gonna break
Morgan
the
on
mask.
the other phone and starting a video chat.
You'll as you attempt to start this video chat, on the other end you do see a picture, but it's not of Morgan. It's of a hooded figure.
Okay.
And the voice you hear is sort of a gender neutral voice. It doesn't seem to be modulated. And it's just like, is this thing actually working now, or am I still all crackly?
What? Yeah, I hear you. And I see a picture?
Yeah, that's me.
Can you move the camera or something? It looks like a picture.
And you move it, it's just other sides of a hoodie.
Okay. Is Morgan near you?
No.
Any other Primogen or anyone important?
No, Mom's kind of busy. She kind of can't come to the phone right now. The phone will explode.
All right. We found the person who burned down the chantry. They're about to try to kill a whole bunch of Tremere that have come into town from Salem under his invitation. I am live streaming the video to you right now.
I'm sorry, what?
Turning the camera.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, just watch.
Okay, this is out of my jurisdiction here.
All right, I need another witness. Just watch.
Okay.
If you have a better phone number, tell me.
She can't touch a phone right now or else it'll explode.
Do you have do you have a Wi-Fi enabled television?
I have a cable box.
Can you? It's not helpful.
Dr. Easter is doing tech support. Not plugged.
I have a zany idea. I'm still running around invisible. Do I know if any of the Tremere that are sitting down have noticed me?
If they have noticed you, they're not acknowledging you. They always assume there's a Nosferatu or someone hidden in the room. But if you're looking for any eyes in particular that dart to you, it's very dark in here now. So the only way to really be able to see is if those of who have the eyes of the beast or oblivion sight. You can still see, but it's just difficult to see. But strangely enough, the music is still playing until it just cuts out, and he's just like, "Well, that's my cue."
Sure. Music was probably on a different circuit.
Hey, can we get out of here? Like, just not be in this building area and then figure it out?
Oh yeah, I'm moving.
Yeah, I got the bad
You
feelings.
can move towards the exit and just watch what's going to happen before we leave. I think it's probably important that we kind of grasp this moment as witnesses, including your phone.
And as all of you depart, you hear the sounds of murmuring, a loud voice of Houdini speaking up. Just, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show this evening. Tonight I am here to show you a feat of real magic. A feat that I dare say shall never be replicated ever again on this planet. Only the chosen few have knowledge of such rituals such as this. And I am so delighted to even have my own child bear witness. Rem? Did Rem leave?
No.
Oh, God.
Would you care to join me?
Rem goes up the stage.
And people start, like the attendant realizing that all the lights were off, pulls out like this flashlight and is just hand cranking it to keep a spotlight on Houdini.
Rem, just letting you know, you are most definitely going against the plan, and we probably won't be able to pull you out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mostly forgive you if you're about to die.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, there have been rituals lost to the Tremere ever since the attack on our faithful Chantries. The things that crippled us and lost us the ability to bound our blood to others. But this such power I hereby possess after years of countless study and research, my greatest feat. And you start to hear the coil. You hear a humming from the coil despite the fact that there's no power. And the spinning and the mechanical whirling.
Rem snaps his fingers and shatters the internals of the Tesla coil with movement of the mind.
And do you want to make just a quick roll for me for that?
Yep. Gonna rouse for it.
Yep.
I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna spend a willpower even though I don't need to.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
personal.
That's a lot of counting.
Yeah, there's math going on. Yes.
10 with a crit.
And the internal mechanisms of the Tesla coil just shatter. And as the glass of the coil shatters, you hear sparks. But they're not coming from the coil. They are coming from Houdini.
That's fine. Now he's got to do it without his toys.
Ram says, so you're planning on killing everyone here and then blaming me for it again.
He then, I'm going to make a quick roll for him, actually.
Oh, he's not going to disappear, is he? Oh, God.
He's such a dick. I said that over the comms.
He is going to activate Zeus's Fury
Oh.
at the metal box. As music starts to play, the various pitches of the buzzing. And it's all different musical notes. And he's like, the power of this lightning conducts this magic in the air, allowing different melodies to be played off of metal boxes. Rem, would you like to step inside of it? The Tesla coil was means to be a simple means to provide a comparison point.
No, I would not. And he turns to the crowd and goes, I would leave. This is not a good time. This is a bad time to be here right now.
The people there are just like, this is like, they don't know you. Those who do know you as a criminal.
Sure.
And those who are confused, there's whispers of people who are confused. These are some old-timey Tremors who don't understand like technology.
Yeah.
So this concept of like the Tesla coil and the metal cage is just fascinating to them. And he's like, very well then, I shall enter. And as he enters, he's like, Remington Reese, would you care to pull the switch on the Tesla coil? After all, nothing's wrong with it, right? All it needs to be is plugged in.
Was there an audible sound when the gears broke and everything?
No.
Okay.
There was some like slight creaking, but that could have been attributed to many of the amusement park rides or the loud noises going on.
So I know it's broken.
You know it's broken because you felt it.
Okay, Rem walks over to the kit. Walks over. Great. Pulls it.
And you hear the mechanical whirling, but then you also hear a sputtering. And it starts to malfunction. And he's just like, who's responsible for this? And he looks at his assistant, and the assistant's like, I don't know, sir. It was functioning during the tests. Oh dear, we gotta get everyone out of here. This is really dangerous.
Oh, Houdini. Gee. I wonder who sabotaged it. You did, didn't you? Come on, people. Like, look at people. Come on, this is a trap.
I'm so glad we didn't pay for this show.
Think about it. You're all smart people. This place catches on fire. You all do a show.
Some of the I'm gonna have you roll a quick
Yeah.
Let's do. Let me see.
I'm gonna rouse again. I get hungry, but that's okay.
Let's do. I'll give you your choice between charisma, manipulation, composure, but the second one's gonna be leadership.
I don't know, leadership. What's the first option?
Any of the socials.
Okay.
Are you trying to manipulate people? Are you trying to keep them calm? Or are you trying?
I'm trying to get them out because Houdini, this is obviously a trap. As far as Rem is aware, this is a trap, and this is like he's there to kill everyone here. I mean, I can do manipulation if you want. I'll do charisma manipulation.
It's gonna be one of those in leadership.
One of those in leadership. Guess it's just charisma. Then I'll just roll straight charisma because that's all I have. All right. Good boy. Hey. I'll take that for 4 dice.
How many successes?
3.
Some people are like, yeah, no, this is kind of silly and dangerous and weird. And some of the people start to leave. You'll notice some of these faces you would know of your time here in New England from like the Salem Coven, various groups. There's some of them start to leave. Others are just like, Remington Reese, what on earth are you doing here? Like, this is all crazy. Houdini, what is up with this? What is up with this thing? Is this just one of your little escape tricks to try to show off to everyone? Like, some people are starting to feel outraged. One of them.
You heard everything that was on the speaker, right? That was what he said to us.
He also said it was manipulated. We don't like one person who obviously looks like they wouldn't understand what an audio file is like, I don't know. Can't you just like cut and paste that?
Why would I be here to a place where I'm potentially a criminal if I were not here to show you the truth? Why am I here? Why would I be here? You tell me. It makes no sense, right? With everything you've seen here, with this, plus the sparking, plus the we need to leave, does this not smell like a trap to you?
I'm gonna have everyone roll wits and awareness.
Including me?
Everyone, yes. Except for Skylar, he's currently chilling out, counting at he's currently at 4,792.
Poor buddy.
He's been skipping a few numbers. He'll stop for a few minutes at 69 to laugh to himself.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, realistically, he's probably the one who's going to live, so I think counting is fine.
That's 6 successes on a messy crit.
3.
3.
2.
0, and I failed on a critical fail on my hunger die. So.
That is a bestial failure.
Oh yeah, Nora.
Oh, here it comes. Yeah.
Love it.
I'm gonna roll something.
Yeah. About to get fun.
Wait, that's not a D10.
New dice. Jesus.
You're missing the party, Skylar.
Am I though?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to read what this means. I'm
Brave to the
sorry.
grave.
Well, new plan. We just have Skylar rev that hearse as fast as he can towards this gathering and see how many Tremere move then. Skylar, that's plan B.
Run from a car. They might understand car.
Yeah, Skylar.
Or
Skylar,
gotta watch out for horse and carriages.
Plan V for Rev.
Vroom.
But the middle of Rev. No, the end of Rev. Boy, there's a lot going on right now, Skylar. You're missing a lot. Are you hearing this? Do you need me to describe what's going on? Because like a Rev guy. Okay, but he's on the state.
I don't need this. Please don't.
I gotta need you to channel your inner Suitus for this twisted metal plan.
Oh, I have a plan.
Ah!
All right.
Oh, he's sounding better. I mean, he sounded like a little bored before, but I think Skylar's in a better place now.
Dial V for vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah, Ram! Okay, you're fully forgiven now.
Just bonding over murder. The best way to bond.
Nora was really sure she was going to be able to do some sort of like, all right, this is a safety violation. Everybody needs to exit the building as quickly as possible.
Nora.
Put on your OSHA hat.
You are currently suffering from extreme paranoia.
Yes.
But
We
tell
are
me what the
all-
DPO failed it.
This is perfectly in character with where her mind was. She's like,
I rolled paranoia.
perfect.
The vampire tries to disengage from any perceived threat, suspecting everyone and anyone. You're not sure who you trust right now
I
out of any of these.
legitimately pulling out my earpiece, going, this is a disaster. Everything is going to start burning. And I just jet out. Bye.
Hey, okay, I don't know if Nora left, but also she can't hear us anymore.
Nora?
I mean, in
Miss Megan.
fairness, this show got real boring real quick, but I think it was something else.
To those for your wits and awareness, who rolled the messy crit? I'm just gonna
Her brand.
It
I have no
is.
regrets.
It is on brand.
Layering on those compulsions.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just gonna be you have options. You can do something that'll cause a stain, cause a masquerade breach, cause something negative to happen along with their positive. You could choose to fail.
I'll incur a stain.
Now let's look over what your convictions are.
This is going great.
I don't have any stains yet. I gotta look what my convictions are.
Yeah,
Right.
your convictions are. I have them right here.
So the plan is just to freak the Tremere out. Like, they don't know what's going
Yeah.
on with these other kindred, but they better get out. They got to get out of here. They're starting to act real weird.
You want to convince. You're gonna try your best to convince Houdini to stop his plan by any means necessary.
Okay.
Up to and including begging. You're willing to throw away your conviction of ruling above all else to save the lives of yourself mostly, but also like your friends and the other Tremere that are here too, but mostly yourself. And as you smell the air, you smell the gasoline. You can hear the machinations. And when you look over at where Houdini would be in the cage, he's gone. It's almost as if while all eyes was on someone else, he vanished.
So we should just like get out? Should we just like get out of here?
Please say something. Because I don't know if any of the rest of us saw that.
What was the next highest?
3.
3? I'd say with 3, you like start to hear things are going wrong.
Okay. Oh, you were telling me that he vanished. Okay, because you
Yes.
read me the wrong conventions, so I was like, I don't know if you're talking to me. Yeah, no, I'll just.
Well, no, I did something based off of what does not serve is only in the way.
Okay, gotcha.
You
gotcha.
are trying to be subservient. You are trying to serve as the exact opposite of your conviction. Rather than eliminating what doesn't benefit you, you are trying to be what benefits someone else. I figured that'd be a good role reversal without just
Okay, that makes sense.
outright
Gotcha.
murdering someone. I mean, you could murder someone.
That's not off the table. Yeah, I mean, would being subservient prevent me from just pointing out that Houdini's vanishing?
I'll leave that up to your interpretation. I would say that it wouldn't. You want to put a stop to this no matter what, though. And you can tell something's going together and something's going wrong.
Yeah, I think I'll ditch my perceived advantageous position of being invincible and just like grab the nearest Tremere to me and just start like pointing at the box and going, he's disappearing from the Iron Maiden. And I'll shake them like the British nanny.
One thing you should never do is touch a Tremere. but I'm gonna evens or odds.
Odds always.
It was an 8, so they were warded.
I'll take it.
Let's do a basic ward here.
Man, I wish I was a Tremere.
Just take a 1 point of aggravated damage.
Okay.
That will snap you out of it though. But you do feel that sense of guilt on you. For like, wait a second, what was I thinking? I'm gonna say for the sake of narrative, you will figure out how to represent what happened. We'll figure out how to represent what happened later, but you are feeling something you haven't felt before. And as the Tremere just like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? They're scrambling. They're trying to figure it out. The exit, they are trying to get to the exit. The smell of gasoline and the electricity in the air. All of a sudden, you start smelling smoke.
Rem yells, "Everyone out now!"
And as the Tremere are trying to leave, but it's very funnily. They're all trying to. Some are even like pushing each other out of the way. They're not screaming because they're trying to preserve the sense of nothing was wrong, but something's wrong here. And
I don't understand how they get this old and this dumb.
Skylar.
Yo.
Here comes.
I actually wanted to say something. As soon as we heard that he's not in the cage, I wanted to say, "Hey, Skylar, heads up."
That works. Because as you hear this over the earpiece, you start to hear a knocking on the coffin.
I'm gonna hunker down and do Silence of Death.
Okay. Not hearing a knocking, you hear another. Since whatever's in there. Okay.
I'm not exposing myself.
Then the knocking starts to get more frantic. Meanwhile, back at the Chaos Crew.
I mean, upon knowing
pigeons.
the fire is there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Pigeons start flying in the area. And they're just like, and there's just they're trying to find, it looks like they're looking for someone. Vehicles start making their way over to the parking lot area. You'll notice them as like, the vehicles seem to be a bit too fancy to be there. It's almost as if these were vehicles of people with a lot of money.
Hey everybody, like we kind of like we met Houdini and saved some people. We should like get the hell out of here, like right now. And like Aster will legit just start like fast walking back to the van as possible.
Sean, what material is this building made out of?
Wood.
Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
Rem is going to try to make a public, like a show of like being visibly actively trying to help the Tremere out.
Okay. And you are able to sort of get them to like line up and leave, and as the smell of the smoke is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, the tent is starting to feel overwhelmed with the smoke. There's no open flame yet.
Yeah. Well, there would have been.
The assistant seems to be coughing. Coughing on the ground a little bit because of the overwhelming pungent stink of the smoke. As she's making sure everyone else leaves first.
I have an idea regarding this hearse, if I can interject.
What do you want to do?
Hotwire it and start driving.
Can you roll a roll for me?
Well, while Skylar's doing that, I wanted to ask, what material is this building made out of? Is it just like a big tent?
It's made out. It's a wooden structure with fabric over it.
I was gonna say if it's just wood, I'm gonna try to just like Hulk smash through it and create another entrance or exit so people can file out faster.
Math's happening. 6 successes.
I got a
6
crit.
Successes with a crit. So you managed to hotwire the car, and you hear the vroom. Are you doing Plan B?
This is C. This is Plan C.
Plan car.
Plan car.
You hijacking Houdini?
I am taking this vehicle, and booking it. I'm presuming he can't get out of the coffin because he's not getting out.
I know what he did. 1 second. I know how
And
this
then
very act works. So continue.
I'm going to press in on my earpiece. I think I have Houdini.
Oh, hey, Skylar. Okay.
Elaborate?
Rem goes. I know how he did it. Don't let him out of whatever he's in. If he's in, is he in something?
I think he's in a coffin, and
Don't let him out.
I can't touch it.
Okay, well, good.
Ooh, hey, that problem took care of itself. So
Right.
like, do a couple donuts, make him motion sick.
This was a lot easier than I thought it would be, guys.
Patience is a virtue. You were rewarded for waiting.
Oh, great. Hang on. Excuse me, hooded person? Hey, Morgan's servant.
And you see that they're eating popcorn.
If we wanted to bring a criminal to justice and wanted to bring them to the Primogen, where could I take them right now? Do you have a sheriff?
The if you want to say you're taking them to the docks, I can see if I can talk to Mom.
Oh, okay. Where could... I don't know enough about the court in this city. Is there a sheriff? Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to try to get her to bring them?
Yes.
Fine. No, I gotta. Ha.
I'll buy you popcorn.
Okay, that sounds. And candy.
Sure. Skylar, head for the docks.
Okay. Fine.
Do you remember where we met up with Morgan?
Vaguely.
Go there.
Okay.
It should be very similar. You'll still be in the car.
Oh.
Fuck you too.
So
Friends here.
Rem goes. I really hope he's in that coffin. You guys. I'm just saying.
Well, what are the chances that we're gonna screw up a plan? Exactly.
This
Does
is
anybody know
all
where Nora is?
of our good plans.
Oh yeah. Esther's gonna be looking for Nora as they're like heading out.
Nora, you still have the sensation of not being able to trust people,
Yeah.
but what is it that you want to do while you're here?
Nora is supremely filled with the idea that not only is her apartment full of bugs, her life is full of bugs, but her clothing is probably full of bugs. So she went to the Boston Commons frog pond, which is a very shallow child's pond, and immediately doused herself. And then headed back to her vehicle.
So slightly damp Nora Vandermeer.
Yeah.
It's making her way back to the vehicle. Her makeup is a bit runny from the water. You can tell she's had a time. A kid happened to see Nora swimming in the pond. And the kid's like, "Why can't I do that? That's not fair." No, honey, that person's just having
a mental breakdown. Yes. Mm-hmm. You want to comment some more on it, child? Are you watching me?
Nora I got into a fight with a kid.
Yeah.
Take him out.
Frog pond.
And as you make your way back to the vehicle, you do see the hearse taking off with Skylar in it.
I get my
If somebody's
phone out.
watching me, I know.
So,
Following.
There's the Easter
Oh,
while they're walking,
God.
and goes, so there's a ritual. Did you know that there's a Tremere ritual that lets you teleport one place to another?
Who are you asking?
Easter. I'm talking Easter.
Okay. Because my answer is no.
No.
So I'm
No,
pretty
no,
sure
I
that's
didn't
what
know
he-
that one.
I'm pretty sure it's what he did. I'm pretty sure he's in whatever's in containers in the back of that hearse.
The extent of my knowledge of rituals is pretty much the 5 that my sire knew.
Oh boy. Okay. Well. So there is a ritual that allows you to make 2 symbols and let you teleport from one to the other from a very
Oh.
long distance.
Sounds great.
That's why he disappeared. Unless that's not him in the coffin, but we'll figure it out, I guess.
As I'm driving, and because this is an old ass hearse, I get my phone out and I start playing Beastie Boys Sabotage as we're going, and I put it on top of the coffin.
You just hear
That's perfect.
silence from the coffin as it
Oh,
does.
he stops knocking. That's nice.
Eat it, Houdini.
The pigeons are still flying overhead.
I mean, like I was saying, I think unless all the Tremere are already out, I would burst just through the wooden wall to make another exit.
Because this can go horribly wrong, you want to roll strength and brawl
Yeah.
because you're not stabbing it. Not
Dr. Alicia just straight up Kool-Aid Manning out of this place.
Oh yeah. Since there's kindred involved, can I do I get that die for my kindred specialty? This is clearly a vampire wall, Michelle.
No, the wooden wall is not a kindred.
Vampire
We don't know
wall. Truly deadly.
All right, that's 3 successes.
I'd say it took you a little bit, so some of the people. Sorry, I'm a professional. I don't yawn. Just it does take you a little bit, but you do make a hole enough for smaller people to be able to exit. People who are of taller stature would have to go to the other exit. But people who can go can get through.
And then I'm just gonna make a beeline for my hearse and follow Skylar.
So do I notice Momobile trailing after me?
That should be just a given, honestly. Although
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'd say it'd be a given. Especially with the way that the Mommobile drives, especially when actually no, since you're paranoid, you're driving in the lines, you're using your blinker.
Oh
You're
my god! Do I need to do
so
a drive
meticulous.
check?
I'm just gonna because you're paranoid. You're just like gotta stay within speed limit. Must stay in the lines. Can't get pulled over by cops. Cops are no.
Yeah, she's feeling like she's in the next Jason Bourne movie, so she's being really, really careful.
But we gotta stay. Nora, if you get a little faster though, because we
I
gotta
don't
stay up.
think you're with Nora.
Oh no.
Oh, we can retcon that. You got in. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm assuming everyone who came in the van has gotten into the van, or did Nora just take off without her?
I just took off without you, but
Oh
you
my
jumped in
God,
at the last minute. That's I will say.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you
All of a
saw
sudden
me.
you just all of a sudden you hear a little Aster hanging off the door handle. Let me.
Oh, she's got dexterity. She'll crawl in.
Are
No,
you
that's
are
fine.
you watching me? Are you in
I
league
mean,
with them?
yes, I'm watching every part of this. This is ridiculous.
Yo, who's in the Mommobile?
Well, I'm partway in right now. I need both hands. Just give me a second, and she'll crawl her way in.
Yeah, no. Nora will stop and let you in because she doesn't want the attention. But
Yeah.
you're getting the death stare of are you in on this?
Yeah, we're all in on this in the van. Will you go chase that hearse that has Houdini in it?
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, get him. Yeah, he's the issue. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, Skylar. Nora's being a little extra intense, like more intense than usual, but I think it's probably fine.
No, Nora's like, you can hear it because her earpiece is on, but you can hear the constant stream of just stuff that's coming out of her mouth, and it's just like,
oh,
you're all bugged. Who's in league with it? I can't trust any one of you. Compromise, like that's.
Yeah, she's sounding real healthy, everybody. No worries. This plan's going great. Hey, Nora, we'll have a talk later, maybe? Yeah? I'll tell you all my grand plans. Hey, I'll tell you all my grand plans if you stay up close to that hearse.
I don't know if I want her up close to this hearse.
I'm sorry, Skylar. I can't change the plan anymore, Skylar. I'm sorry. Executive decision. I'm the Ventru now.
This is hell.
You're a Ventru?
Would that make you listen to me more?
We're going to have a conversation after this. I have to drive carefully or I will get pulled over. The cops are everywhere.
I mean, yeah.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, Nora, do you want to roll
a composure? Yes, I would love to.
I want you to roll composure and resolve.
Damn, that's like my 2 highest stats. Like what? Okay.
And you're going to roll to get a hold of yourself.
That is a 2 plus a critical, so it's 4, I'm assuming?
That would make it 6.
6, yeah.
The 2?
Double.
2 crits make a 4.
Yeah, let's go. Mm-hmm.
So you find yourself just, even though you don't need to, you just take a breath. Release it slowly. There's no way in hell Aster can be a Ventru. There's no way in hell that Aster can be a Ventru. There's no way in hell that Aster can be a Ventru.
That's what snaps her out of it. I love it.
Thank you. I am so, this is the most embarrassing thing I've done all year, or maybe all for a decade. So let's not talk about this right now. Let's just follow this play. Yeah, let's go. Okay.
You do like pat her on the shoulder. You're doing great, Nora. You're doing great.
And I'm assuming all of you are heading to the docks. The first one there would be, is anyone driving recklessly?
I am.
Can you make a dex and drive for me quickly?
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, in Skylar's eyes, he's 1, so he's just like G rolling right now.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, yeah. Based on the order of offense, Skylar will actually make it there first, followed by Nora, followed by the fast-pacing Dr. Alicia, and then the responsible driver, Dr. Jackson Eastern, Remington Reese.
Yeah, you just see my grave robber like drift out of an alleyway while there's like right at the Valkyries just blasting through the windows.
And as all of you make it there, you see the.
I'm asking, Rem, would you mind driving? I'll be
sure.
happy to give you directions. I would like to put together a little package on the way.
Oh yeah. Wink. Yeah.
Okay. And as all of you make it there, you see the slender silhouette, shadowy figure of Morgan Le Fay, the Sombra Primogen of Boston, and a much taller figure, a male figure with short hair, a very serious expression. He has a outfit that could only be called a combination between like a businessman suit but also a medieval suit of armor, where somehow the fabric looks like shoulder pauldrons, and the chest piecing just is ornate with different embellishments, and the pants are well worn and fitted, and attached on his hip is a sword.
King Arthur's court rolls hard.
LARPer. No, Norin doesn't know what that is.
My God, it's so true.
And as you approach the two of them, look, and Morgan whispers something in the male figure's ear, and he just nods.
I'm gonna roll down the window and shout out to Morgan. Yo, is it safe for me?
She says something again to him, and he just nods again, and she's just like, it is safe, Skylar of Clan Duskborn.
Yeah, fuck you too, lady. Get out and head to the back of the hearse to start unpacking. Of course, not touching the damn coffin.
Okay, then. She simply says, may I present to you Sheriff Lancelot of Clan Malkavian.
Yep.
See that one coming.
Sure, lady. Whatever you say.
Rem walks up and does a ye olde bow. He knows what's up.
And he returns the gesture. And the sheriff returns the gesture, and Morgan is just like, Primogen Rem, it is nice to see you back.
It was a little touch and go there, but thank you. We have some evidence to present.
And she goes, on behalf of the Primogen Council of the Camarilla, I will hear you out, Remington Reese.
Rem will look at Jackson and wave.
I'm going to come forward with a laptop and play back some video from the exhibit, as well as the audio that we captured on all of our earpieces of the entire event.
Evens or odds?
Oh, of whether. Oh, great. Let's go with. Well, ones are odd. Let's say one. Let's say odds. Yeah, that's my luck tonight.
Would I know Lancelot?
The buzzing in your head, Dr. Alicia, you would hear it of like the Prince's Knight. The Prince's Knight has come to court. The Prince's Knight has come to court and maybe be taking a bishop. And that's what you hear in the buzzing of your head. Dr. Jackson, I rolled a 9, so fortunate for you, not Dr. Morgan, Morgan's doctor. Morgan's La Sombra Bane does not act up and explode your laptop.
You're just handing out doctorates like candy in this town. There's so many colleges. You're a doctor. You're a doctor. Okay, cool. So the laptop doesn't explode. I'm playing back a very nice video.
And what is this video of?
It's a video of the entire performance for the special guests, including the audio from when he was confessing backstage.
And the fire, I hope.
And the fire.
Well, this is very, very interesting. I am not one who understands technology. Is that the case with you, Sir Lancelot? While the modern technologies of this world do not provide a fitting understanding for me, I do understand enough to know when someone is speaking earnestly and honestly. Do you have any further proof than this?
A couple dozen witnesses that were there tonight, including several of us who were in the room with him when he confessed. You could also, I guess, use a spirit's touch on basically anything in that tent. We have him in custody, so he certainly has not had time to alter any of it.
Please bring him forward.
So the only downside is that he's in a warded coffin. If it is him, we're pretty sure he used the Tremere ritual of teleportation to escape back into his coffin. The problem is the coffin itself is warded.
That is very difficult. You say it's warded against...
Us.
Very well, then.
Canines.
And Morgan makes a gesture, and a person in a hoodie walks up. And it's just the hooded figure does give a glance over at you, Dr. Jackson, as they make their way to the hearse and are trying to open the trunk, but are having it's locked.
I will warn everyone that this is one of the most renownedly slippery people in history. So perhaps, I don't know, guns or something might be appropriate.
Yeah, the sheriff draws his sword, and what all of you see, surrounding Morgan, as she just simply claps her fingers like this, you start to see the shadows around her move and coalesce at her feet, like tendrils of shadow extending the length of her full-length dress onto the floor. And as the hooded person eventually going off and grabbing a crowbar and just crowbarring the door of the thing open, with their hands gloved, they are fully covered. They pull out the coffin, and with a strength that is very much like a kindred, they carry it over and just with a heavy thud.
I'll trail after, trying to
So Rem will hold his hand up and then make a gesture like this and open the coffin cover with his mind,
Yes.
with his brain.
Yes, with his brain. And as he does this, you do see did you see what looks to be Harry Houdini? But what you see also with Harry Houdini is the fish scaled like Nosferatu. And there's something that is very wrong with this picture, as they both have been staked.
I didn't do it.
What?
Now that's a hell of a trick.
I didn't do that.
Well,
What?
it certainly must have taken someone of quite some strength and renown to stake both the Nosferatu of the underground and the Tremere known as Houdini.
Oh, that vision. Yeah. Yeah, I should have known this was going to happen.
I'm a little confused now. It looks.
I'll hand my premonition
at
sketch
Skylar.
to Sir
I
Lancelot.
I mean, regardless of them being staked, we have them dead to rights anyway. I guess the who did it. Okay, well, Rem just waves his hand, clearly like done with this whole situation. Going, well, there you go.
2 for 1.
Well,
This is good for Rem, right?
It seems so. And you see the shadows just vanish. But the fact is that these two kindred were of some renown to they be taken down so easily like this by, well, was it you? And she looks at all of you.
Yes, of course. Yes, we did this.
I think I'm still in the vehicle. I'm fixing my eye makeup.
Who else would it be?
I looked at Dr. Easter and I looked back to Morgan. I'm like, yeah, I brought him here, didn't I?
It's very interesting indeed. Well, then, I definitely commend you for bringing these two in relatively unscathed. Oh, Where is Nora? I would have assumed she would have wanted to meet with the sheriff, but another time, I guess.
And you got to believe it was really tough to stake a Tremere in a box as well, because I mean, we're difficult to stake.
In his own wooden box.
Mm-hmm.
Counted like 8,000 fibers on the back of his chair. I was in there a while.
Indeed. Well, I assume, with all of this, Rem, I would guess that the entire situation with your sire, it's quite a shame what happened to him.
I don't really know what to say. This whole situation could have been avoided if...
Well,
I'm just at a loss for words.
Congratulations, Oedipus. Will you be going back to Thebes now?
Wow. Okay, that's a lot to unpack. Yeah, I mean, I'm done here. Don't worry about anyone coming after me anymore. I guess he looks at the sheriff. I guess I remand him to your custody on the crimes of killing an entire mini Tremere and burning down an entire Camarilla Tremere Chantry.
Oh, and don't forget attempted destruction of all of the Tremere that he invited from Salem tonight.
That also.
And the sheriff does walk over to the staked Tremere, and he does touch the stake, and he is going to activate Spirit's Touch.
That now.
That in combination with a high level Auspex power, you do see Morgan taking the shadows and manipulating them to show you what she sees through sharing the sheriff's vision. And you hear the banging of the coffin as the bottom of the coffin opens, and the fish like Nosferatu's at the bottom, and you hear, Skylar, this is when you realize that this was the knocking you heard originally, was the knocking of the bottom of the coffin to release the false bottom to allow her to enter. What you didn't hear was the whispering as he whispered to her and she whispered back. And as they both take out the stakes from within the coffin, and they staked each other.
The prestige.
And
You're more
the
efficient than we
emotions
thought we
that
were.
she's playing are the emotions
really
of
good.
secrecy. The emotions of, and all of you seem to hear coming from Morgan's lips were Houdini's last words. Keep my secret secret. For all of the Tremere. And as the shadows dissipate and disappear, Morgan, you see a shadow-like tear falling from her eye. As she simply says, that man wished to keep his secrets safe no matter what the cost from us, Camarilla. Whatever he found out, he wanted to keep safe even if it meant his life. There must be something left behind, but Remington Reese, on behalf of the Primogen Council, I hereby recognize you as Clan Tremere in the city of Boston with all debts to society having been paid. You'll be welcome back here at any point in time. And I will, once we have a new Tremere Primogen, I will let them know as well. The Tremere in Salem, I was not expecting them in town this evening. As for the rest of you, you have all done a great service to the Camarilla tonight. As such, I will allow you to ask of me one favor each. I will not take the life of another, and I will not grant you the power over Shadow.
Am I to understand you also won't raise the dead or make someone fall in love with us?
No wishing for more wishes.
No
wishing. I have a
wishing.
way around that, Doctor. Remind me to tell you.
So, do any of you wish to speak to me now about a boon you wish to be requested?
Can I take a rain check?
Sticks out the window.
As Morgan whispers into Dr. Jackson's earpiece, you may message it to me later.
I have one right now.
What is it, Dr. Jackson?
My clan is desperately without leadership.
Indeed it is.
I want my name in that hat.
You wish to be put forth as Primogen, Dr. Jackson Easter.
There's nothing wrong with naming him a Primogen in a much bigger city.
Wow. I mean, not wrong.
Ooh, his face.
I started laughing.
Wrap up your prior obligation, and you will be in the hat, as they say.
That's my boon. Thank you.
Anyone else ask anything of me? That also includes you, Remington Reese.
This opportunity was enough.
Very well then. Though if anything should happen regarding this case, I will keep you informed, and I will consider that your payment.
Thank you.
Aster, Skylar, Dr. Alicia.
Nothing I would particularly want to say in front of others.
Then we shall speak in private later.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Or would you like to discuss it in private later?
We'll need time to ruminate.
Very well then.
I don't know if I'm going to talk to you again after this, so.
Well, Skylar, what is it that you would wish from me?
I don't know if you can give me what's called praxis over my area.
You wish to have yourself declared a provisional prince, a bastard baron, what is it that you wish for your haven?
I just want it acknowledged that my turf is my turf.
Then I will bring this matter up to the prince personally. I will leave you all with a word of warning. What happened here tonight may be outside of your realm of understanding, but we will investigate it fully. The unfortunate incident that occurred was made much less fatal, thanks to all of your actions. Knowing what this man was feeling is tandemous to understanding his motive. You all should be proud of yourselves tonight. For if those Tremere had been harmed in that incident, war might have began. So all of you, though the city will never know it, we are in your debt. And we are paying it. And with that, we are going to be putting a closer on this evening. So I'm going to give everyone a chance to say who they are, who they were playing, and where can they find them.
I'm not playing Nora Vandermeer, your resident paranoid. You can find me at Ashes for Foxes on Twitter.
I am Megan, and I was playing Aster, a very cool and awesome Toreador. And you can find me on Twitter at QuiNot and on Instagram at Murphy Pop Art.
Oh, hi. I'm Carl. I'm Carl Jordan. I was playing Dr. Jackson Easter tonight, Clan Tremere. You can pretty much just find me here. This is my only live show that I'm doing right now. I'm really excited for anyone who came to join us instead of watching DragonCon TV tonight, which apparently was your other option. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all so much for joining us and sticking around. I've been Velvet Divine playing Dr. Alicia, your favorite pigeon whisperer. You can find me elsewhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar, as well as the Stories of a Broken Sun and Flight Risk podcasts.
Hi, I'm Lee Berger playing Skylar Evans. You can find me at Nobody on Twitter. I'm your resident thin-blooded car lurker. Thank you.
Whew. Hi, it's been a ride, huh? I'm Corey. I played Tremere Primage and Remington Reese. You can find me at Void Thesis. And I was your guest for these last two games, and I want to thank everyone for watching.
Thanks for joining us.
Yay, thank you,
It was
Corey.
great, man.
A huge thank you to Corey for this. He allowed me to play with his backstory a bit, and there's still bits of his backstory left to remain a mystery for the future for his character's development, which is one of the reasons why it feels like it was a bit of a cliffhanger, was because I wanted to give him the chance to explore a bit of that more in his home game. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been Michelle C. Light, your storyteller for this evening. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle C. Light. As well, the few announcements. Once again, Scion is on Kickstarter and it's still doing great. Still got days to go. Please go check it out if you haven't. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed the show for this evening. Tune again next week, where we will be returning back to figuring out what to do about a drug lord Ventru PR. There's words nightmare. Yes,
nightmare. Thanks so
and
much.
once again, thank you so much to Kyle, who handles all of our tech for us. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. I know that he does a bunch of stuff as part of the I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of the Tavern podcast he does, the Tavern Tales podcast. So please go check that out if you ever get a chance. Once again, I've been your storyteller for this evening, and this has been Boston by Night. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good evening.